Yes, people, welcome back to another video on Arsenal Football. Apologies, I was meant to go live at 8:30, but I changed it to 9:40, but that was my fault. Apologies for that. But yeah, this is Manchester United transfer talk and Chelsea talk, and I'm joined by Hanno. How you doing, Hanno?
I'm doing good, rest. Yeah, not really much on Chelsea's side. Mostly just rumors, stuff. But yeah, United doing bets in the transfer window lately. And I
Yeah,
got to just say something. Ollie, if you're watching, please don't cry. No,
there you go.
it's very sad what is happening to Arsenal at this moment.
But yeah, guys, like the video if you're watching now. Subscribe if you're new, obviously. But yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, let's start we'll start with Manchester United because obviously we're doing much more better than you guys. Obviously, our first signing looks like it will be Tyrell Malacia. From what I've heard from Feyenoord fans, apparently he's good. Apparently, one of them said he's the best left back since I think it was Van Brickel, or yeah, let me get the tweet up again because listen, I'm not saying that this could be true, but from what I've heard, he's good. When I've watched him, I think it was Conference League final. He did play good. He did play good. I liked him. So listen, he's only a youngster. I'm not gonna go too harsh on him if he plays bad, but yeah, I got the tweet now. I'm a Feyenoord fan, and he is like the best left back after Giovanni Van Bronckhorst for us. I think he would be great on the Tenag. Well, I'm not gonna, with statements like this, I'm just gonna relax. So I'm not gonna believe that. For me, when it comes to comparing to legends, I just don't listen to it. But let's see, because he's only young. But yeah, first signing looks like it will be Malacia. Left finally, for me, this is a very very good competition for Luke Shaw now. Finally, we've got a good competition for Luke Shaw. For me, I think Tellers. This means that Tellers will go. I think this means that Tellers. I want to get rid of Tellers. Big up, go Sean. Smash the likes if you're just tuning in right now. Like the video, subscribe if you're obviously.
But who's going to buy Taylor's off you? That's
I don't know. Listen, for me, hopefully a French league club, maybe Lyon. Lyon, I know we hijacked the Malacia deal, but if you want Tellers, for me, I think you might go cheaper. I think Man United will want probably 10 million or maybe less than that, but 8 people watching right now. Smash the likes. Yes, we were meant to go live at 8:30, but it was my bad because delays in it. But yeah, but I know I'm coming to you as a not obviously non-Chelsea fan, as a neutral fan. What do you think of Malacia? And have you seen any videos of him?
honestly, I don't. I just know he's a left back, and he's super young. So my thing is, if he comes into your team, is he going to sign up to the expectation? Because when you put on that United chip, you have got an expectation you have to reach. So is he going to reach that? Tough to say. And another thing is he going to have under the pressure? Can he handle the pressure of the United dressing room? As we know over the years, we have seen it with Pogba and several other players. They can't cope with the pressure um, of the United dressing room and all the politics, all the media. it's hard to go. And now he's coming from um, the Netherlands, from Feyenoord, I think. They
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Um, so it's to Manchester United, one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in the world. It's a big step. So this, if he does well, you've
Mm.
got a great player on your hands.
Listen, for me, with Malacia, obviously, for me, I can see that Ten Hag wanted it. I think that was priority. And for me, the reason why we got Malacia, for me, the reason why we went quick on this deal is, I think, because the first day when we started pre-season training was, I think it was Monday, last week Monday. So, and Ten Hag was in current. For me, I think Ten Hag went upstairs to the board and said, you know what, get me Malacia, because he's about to go to Lyon. So let's highlight this deal. So I think Ten Hag wanted Malacia. So, and obviously, I think it was Ajax versus Feyenoord in the final, and Ten Hag was impressed by Malacia, and apparently Ten Hag said to his coaching staff, make note of that to his coaching staff. I don't know. I think Malacia, I think he was impressed by Malacia, but let me just bring up the comments. Big up Oris says that, yeah, guys, subscribe to the At the Time podcast, man. Very, very good channel. Elias, big up Oris, big up yourself. Is that, of course, it is, I know. Elias, what's up, brother? I've never heard of Malacia. Well, for me, I know United fans. Some United fans will be like, "I never heard of Malacia," which that's fine. That's fine, because I'm pretty sure before we were linked with him, no United fans didn't hear of him. But when we were linked with him, maybe some of them checked highlights. But I can understand your point of view of you never heard of him. But listen, with Manchester United, we're not used to having good players from the Dutch league, because obviously, if you go back, Daily Blind, for me, I thought he was alright. I don't think he was that bad. Memphis Depay, he was a flop. Listen, I can't think of the top of my head, but those two, I can remember played for United from the Dutch league. So Depay, yeah, not sure about Depay, but yeah, big up Elias and At the Time podcast, guys. Smash the likes, obviously, if you're just tuned in right now. But yeah, obviously, let me just, before you carry on, I know previously on the other stream I said that's going to be the last one before we have a break. But this stream, after this stream, we'll have a mini break, and then 27th of July we'll be back. So this time, because I'm only doing a stream because Traps runs his mouth open, and I've sent him the link. So Traps will be joining soon. I think Elliot will be joining soon as well. But I've sent him the link. But the only reason why we're doing a stream today is because Traps wanted us to do a stream. I was like, oh, okay, fine. But guys, after this stream, obviously there'll be no more streams until 27th of July. That's official now. Don't worry, that's official. But let's carry on. Malacia, obviously, he's had the medical today. His first part. I don't understand this. So basically, today, yeah, he's had his first part, and then tomorrow we have his second part, and then he will get announced. I mean, with United, they have to announce this signing quickly, like announce it tomorrow, and then move on to, I don't know, Frenkie de Jong. But Malacia's agent is the same as Frenkie de Jong's agent, so well, you could see something there. But hopefully, with this de Jong, I'm praying. For me, I think we'll wrap this deal up this week. In my opinion, I think the add-on structure has taken so long, because 20 million euros add-ons is a lot. Like, if you think about it, 20 million add-ons, like, for me, I don't know. I can't think the last time United have offered a player a significant fee plus more than 10 million add-ons. But listen, we just have to be patient, because United fans, obviously, last season, worst season ever. Obviously, now United fans, they want signings quick, which I understand, because I'm in that as well. I want signings quick. I want signings before the new season starts. I want five signings, but we won't do that. Well, we could, but you don't know with the United board. But I think this week will be very, very important. Eriksen, Romana said that we've offered them a contract. Listen, with Eriksen, the fact that he has to decide between Brentford and United just shows how far we've fallen. But I just hope Eriksen picks us. I really do. But listen, I won't be surprised if he decides to stay at Brentford, because
You
obviously
offered him him a big contract.
Yeah, I think we've offered him more money, but for Eriksen, I don't think money cares about him. But you never know. Big hello, mate. Big up Ryan Mather TV. Make sure you guys go sub to the channel. Big up yourself. But yeah, I think also with De Jong, we should wrap this up quickly because I think people are tired of the saga, and I understand that frustration. Antony, listen, for me, I think he's overpriced. Ajax want 80 million. I know. Listen, Van der Sar, mate. Come on, man. Do us a favor because you used to play for us. Come on. For me, Antony's fee, I would say, is, in my opinion, 50 million to 60 million max, and then above that, then for me, that's too much. But obviously, 10 people. Yeah, 80
Anthony,
million is too much.
that's too much. That's
Yeah.
like paying 70 million for Maguire. Like I know you guys paid 80 million, but
Yeah.
that's not that. If you paid 70 million, that's the equivalent to paying 80 million for. And it's crazy. Yeah. Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, let
big
me just
up,
bring.
Ryan.
You get a lot of love, you get a lot from the other time podcast. Elias is also big up yourself, Ryan. But yeah, let's go to your team. I know Chelsea, obviously. The link before I ask you the question, I'll just say the links I've seen. So De Ligt, Sterling, apparently Neymar, which could happen. Sterling, obviously, Nathan Ake for me. But before we go to that, I'm gonna ask you with updates. So let's start with the forwards. Sterling. What's the updates with Sterling?
Sterling, I haven't heard any updates. I think most, I think the deal has now slowed down. I think it has been slowed down because I think everything has been agreed. Basically, it's just putting a bid in. That's what I am thinking personally because we have had this agreement between Chelsea and City. We have had this agreement between a player, Chelsea. So I think everything is agreed and ready. Just about the bid on Sterling and Rafinha. Um, Rafinha. Thing is, we if we agree personal terms with Rafinha, we have him. Now the thing is, Rafinha has agreed personal terms Barca since February. So, but Leeds doesn't want to accept Barca's what's it called bid. They don't want to accept their bid. Don't ask me why. Probably financial reasons. It's because they don't want to got maybe in a scandal that Barca has been pulling and they accept that money. And they're also in the scandal, so yeah. And then on Dembele, I don't know.
I think for me with Dembele, I think he's staying. I think Barcelona are going to offer him a contract. But for me, Nathan Ake, we'll go on to the defenders. For me, if you bet, because I don't understand this Nathan Ake move, but I don't rate him personally. But listen, if you guys bring him in, then that's fine. But for me, the defender that I like that you're linked with, De Ligt. And I'm hoping that you guys don't bring him because obviously we're not linked with him, but I actually want him. But talk to us about De Ligt. Any updates with him?
The let's wait. Let me just find the.
Before you read, I'm just gonna read some comments before you read it out. Ryan says, "Common chose to bring Neymar to the Premier League. Deserves to be playing in the best league." Ryan says, "I think Sterling will be a very good transfer for Chelsea. In my opinion, he's such a quality player." Yeah, exactly, and his stats don't lie. Exactly. Barcelona will only pay in installments, whereas Leeds want money up front. That's with Rafinha. Yeah, exactly. For me, I think Rafinha, if you give him his three preferred clubs, for me, obviously number one is Barcelona, number two is Chelsea, and Arsenal number three. But listen, Arsenal fans on YouTube, they were making Rafinha compilations, and they were saying, welcome to Arsenal, Rafinha. Like Arsenal fans, whenever they get linked to one player, yeah, they start getting too excited. Obviously, they were in contact, so I can understand why Arsenal fans were gassed because they were in contact with Rafinha's agent. But listen, you didn't offer him the money that Leeds wants. So yeah, give us some daily updates. Hano.
So this is according to Italian journalists. Inquiries from Manchester City and Bayern Munich for the Ligt has been made but Chelsea is in the lead at this moment, and Juventus are preparing to sign Koulibaly as they prepare for life without ties to Ligt. And Napoli will be willing to sign the defender because he has only one left on his contract. So, according to those reports, it looks like the Ligt is coming to Chelsea. The big thing is Chelsea must just put in a bid of around 70-80 million, which they are preparing a big 70 million euro bid. So, and because the first offer was declined, so that's the big news. Nathan Ake, please Chelsea, if we sign him. Oh, I know Chelsea fans want him as a utility player. So he can play
Yeah.
left back, like left centre back. I don't care. How good is he in centre back?
He's not
Like,
for me. I don't know.
he's
He's not good,
he's
man.
a backup at Manchester City. I want I want players that start for Manchester City, not being on the bench
Not bench. Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
or
for me, I don't
playing
rate.
off the
Yeah,
season.
I don't rate nothing Nike. So if you guys bring it in, then I'll be good because I don't rate him. So yeah, honestly, I don't know. Maybe Tuchel wants him. Maybe he can. I don't know.
Mm, And
Maybe you can upgrade him because maybe listen back five. Obviously, remember Rudiger on the Lampard. People, Chelsea fans wanted him out, but Rudiger on the Tuchel on the back five. He's a good player. So listen, Tuchel can make him a good player. So
yeah,
yeah,
but
listen, yeah, go on.
Kounde, Chelsea, basically 2 days. No, but we by the 5th of July we must put in a bid of around 56 million euros, I think, and then we have or pounds, I think. I'm not sure, but then we have Kunde. So we've got tomorrow and yeah, tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. Don't put in the bed. We don't have Kunde. Simple as that.
Any other targets that you're linked with?
Um, Not as far as I know. On Neymar, please don't sign him. He's going to be so bad for us.
Why
Uh,
don't you want Neymar?
well, he's going to take off 2 months of a season already. And then he's injury prone. I know he's a tricky winger, but he's still injury prone. Um, but nah, I just think I don't know. I just don't want him. Want him? No.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Oh, yeah, I had to change my location. So about that. Lille is a very top quality player, but the Ox price is way too high, and Chelsea aren't prepared to go that high, which I believe is over 100 million. That's not exactly. He has a better overall player than. Wait, what's Hardy B talking about again? Uh,
I think he's talking
he's more.
about
I think it's about Neymar.
Neymar. Yeah,
Yeah,
Neymar. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, he is probably, but if you look at what he brings to Chelsea, uh, and he's proven. I know the French league is tough and physical, but it's the French league. It's not that competitive. Where-
100%.
But I don't want any Sterling or Neymar. I don't want them, but I will be if we sign one of them.
Yeah.
I will be happy with
I
Sterling.
think it's the issue with Neymar is the wage that he's an asked for, because I think his wage is similar to Ronaldo's, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, he's gonna ask for a lot of wage. Ryan says Neymar deserves the chance in the Prem. Yeah, I agree with that.
United can get him. They they like to splash big
Yeah,
money.
we like splashing cash to everybody, man. Phil Jones is on 100k a week, so
Yeah,
yeah, Neymar for me. Yeah, for me, I'll take Neymar, man. I'll do a swap deal with PSG. Um, you can have Ronaldo. You give me Neymar.
yeah.
So yeah.
But we're linked with having Ronaldo now.
Now for me, I would actually do that swap deal, you know. But for me, if we lose Ronaldo, we have to replace him with a quality star. For me, I know I know he's already going to Barcelona, but I would have brought in Lewandowski if Ronaldo was to go to Bayern. I'll do a swap deal, but obviously for me, I think Lewandowski is going to buy Barcelona anyways. But for me, I'll bring in Lewandowski. Or listen, this Italian striker, I've always mentioned in my stream. Scamacca is very very good. Scamacca is one that we should keep an eye on. But obviously, United, we're not. We're, we're just linked with 3 or 4 players, and that's it. But obviously, Scamacca, these Italian players, they don't come, they don't like going abroad. That's the thing with the Serie A players. They don't like going abroad, so they just like Serie A. So it wouldn't surprise me if Scamacca wanted to stay in Serie A. But obviously, 7 people watching the stream, smash the likes up, man. Let me check how many likes we're on. Hang on. 11 likes. Get that up to 20, man. Let's get that up to 20, guys. Smash the likes. Get that up to
But
20.
what is your thoughts on Ronaldo saying he wants to leave?
Not surprised, but for me, I think he's saying that so he pushes the ball to make more signings, but he has ambition. It's not just the Champions League factor. It's just that he wants the best for the club, but it wouldn't surprise me if he leaves because Ronaldo obviously he wants to play Champions League. I can understand that, but he's never won the Europa League, so I don't know why. He can break a record there and win the Europa League, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to win it. Ronaldo slams United's ambitions. Exactly. It all comes down to the board now because the board they're not showing any ambition right now. Obviously, if we get De Jong, then that could help Ronaldo stay. But I think getting maybe 6 or 7 signings that would make Ronaldo stay. But yeah, Ronaldo just has ambition. So it's not. Listen, if he leaves, fair enough. Fair enough. Listen, if he wants to leave the club, let him leave. That's my understanding and my thoughts. If Ronaldo wants to leave, let him leave. 'Cause I don't want to keep players who are unhappy at the club. So yeah, let him leave, man. But it's not. Listen, he came in on the Ollie. I don't know if he was expecting us to win the league on the Ollie. Hopefully not, but he came on the Ollie. We've had Carrick, Ragnick, and now Tanag. So yeah, Ryan, you also Neymar played for Brazil in 2011 Olympic Stadium. Nice. But yeah, listen, Neymar, he's a quality player, and he does deserve a chance in the Premier League. He does, but it is what it is. Um, There'll also be a big wage off the books. Then you should, yeah, exactly. If we sell Ronaldo, that'll be a big wage off the books because he's at 500 grand a week or 400, so that'll be a wage cleared out. So generous, Ravi. I would love to see him play live. Yeah, exactly. Neymar for me, people that don't rate Neymar, then I don't know what to say for yourself. But I think there's certain people now in generation who just wants. He doesn't like only skills. They just want more out of them. So it's fine if you don't rate Neymar, but what can you say?
Yeah. Where's Straps hat? And he's late.
Hmm?
Where's Straps?
Traps? I don't know, bro. I'll send him the link. He's not. I don't know. I think. Don't know if someone will Traps, but I think he might do it soon. If he doesn't, then I'll do a stream with him later. Probably the next stream that is scheduled. So if you guys go on my channel, I've scheduled the stream for 27th of July. So go smash the likes on the other one. Yeah, I was a bit sad to see it was cool. It was against Scotland. Nice.
Nice.
Talking about Scotland, Scott McTominay. Listen, Ten Hag wants to keep him. That's fine because we've had coaches like Mourinho, Oli, Sir Alex Ferguson. They all rate McTominay, so they can clearly see if there's a player in him. But for me, there's no player in McTominay in my opinion. I don't rate him. But if Ten Hag can see a player in him, then fair play, give him a chance. But here's what it is. Nice, exactly.
I think the
Yeah, go
only place I see McTominay having a spot is maybe an 8 role because he likes to go forward. And that's why you have seen the best of him when he goes forward and attacks. That's why he does so well against Leeds because they're open. He
open
can drive
space.
forward.
Mm.
Can drive forward because he knows he doesn't have to sit there. As soon as he needs to defend, he he is very very bad.
Yeah, 100%. But he plays good against Leeds because they give him wide space, open space. And for me, that's his level, man. Leeds are his level. They give him open spaces. He gets his chances. So it's easy to get a chance when you have open space. So I'm going to Old Trafford on Wednesday, mate, for the England's Women Open again, the Euros. Yeah, have fun. But yeah, I think our first game starts next week, and first game is actually Liverpool. That'll be a good one. That'll be a good test for Ten Hag. But McTominay should be at Watford exactly. But people want to say, "Oh, we have agendas with McTominay." I listen. I have no agendas with anyone in the Man United squad. If you play shit, you're getting called out of my channel. That's for sure. If you play good, you get the praise. But listen, every game I'm expecting 100% dominance from every player in the shirt. But listen, if you play bad, then sorry, mate. Don't be messaging me on Instagram saying, "Oh, you got an agenda." But let's add another Chelsea fan. Nippon, what are you telling me?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, man, not too bad. Start with Chelsea. We were talking about Chelsea in the beginning, but Nippon, Neymar. First question: do you want Neymar?
Nope.
Mm,
Too controversial.
yeah. Ryan says McTominay should be playing games, so if he isn't gonna play, then he needs. Listen, McTominay, he's awful, man. But let's just go with Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea because obviously there's two Chelsea fans here. But yeah, looks like Sterling could happen. The lit, Nippon. Are you happy with the lit and Nathan Ake?
Delict, yes. Okay, meh.
Yeah, he's not good enough. Not good enough. But
Look. But let's not forget that if either join, they have a veteran to mentor them in Thiago Silva.
yeah. But with Neymar, obviously both of you don't want him, Rich. That's understandable. But looks like Thiago Silva could be persuading him to join Chelsea. Your centre back.
Look, man, if he joins, obviously wish all my players the best and hope he succeeds. But
Except Lukaku.
I don't know, man. Honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Mm. If if he joins, it's cool. If he doesn't,
I
I'm
would
happy.
lose too much sleep.
Yeah, if he joins. Okay, hope he does well. Well, if
Brian
he
says
flops,
Neymar is a superstar, so I can't understand why you don't want him.
He's a superstar, yes, but he's controversial.
Yeah, 100%.
he's like what player can I use? Like Bruno. He's like if you controversial.
He's better
He's
than
like
Bruno. He's better than
He's
Bruno.
Yeah, he's better than Bruno. Yeah.
he's better than Bruno. But if we're talking about controversial, like
Thing is,
Bruno
he just
splits
throws
the
himself
United
on the
fans.
floor so
He
much.
throws himself, and the thing is, February. If you're playing in February, then he's getting injured in February because I don't know if you guys seen it, but every year, every month of February, he likes to get injured. Then he goes to his
He
sister's
never gets in.
birthday
That's not
birthday
in.
party.
He fakes the injury just so that he
Yeah, I
can
know. That's what I'm saying. He fakes injuries
do
on February.
weird stuff
On
with his
February.
sister.
For 2
Exactly.
months.
Yeah. But guys, I'll just check
Yeah,
on 13
incest
nights.
is something I
Get
don't
that up.
believe in. Incest is something I don't believe in. Arrest.
Big up Shropshire. Just as grab Ronaldo will not go anywhere. For me, I agree with that. I just think he's just pushing the board to make signings. But we'll go on to Man United later. Or we'll say on Ronaldo because I want to nip his form now. But with Chelsea, I don't know if you guys believe it, but there's a report saying that you guys are interested in Frenkie de Jong. Do you guys believe that? Because for me, I already think he's joining United. But do you guys believe that report that you guys are interested in Frenkie de Jong?
Look, I agree with you. For me, in my eyes, he's already a United player. But
Yeah, same.
you have no idea how shameless I'll be if we
Exactly.
hijack
Listen,
that deal.
you can hijack the deal. You know, we hijacked Leon's deal for Malacia. You can do the same.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
Look,
let's get to
but
29.
I'll let you know. I'll tell you right now. But I will not be shameless towards you because you're my friend.
Check your Instagram, mate. Check your Instagram. I'll send you the link. I'll send the link on the. You know what? It's the 16 people. Listen, let's do a call-in show. You know, let's do a mini call-in show, guys. No camera. You're not getting on. So best have your camera.
No camera, no entry. Hey, why isn't Hanno showing his face then?
I'm not
You
sure
want to see my beautiful
just to make it
face?
fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just to
come
make
on,
it
let's
fair,
make
man.
it fair.
Since let's go. Yes. All right, I put the link there. Do you guys see the link in the chat? Did I put it? Yeah. Wait, look on the chat, Hannah.
I can't see it in my chat.
Oh, Frankie's joining Man United. Boston trying to get more money. Exactly, 100%. Let me try go on YouTube and put the link in. Hold on, people. Hold on. Technical error. That's what happens.
Have you spoken about Rafinha yet?
We have in the beginning, but we can hear your thoughts. Nipun, what do you think? You could go Barcelona. You know, Barcelona trying to hijack the deal.
Look, man, if they want him, they can have him. At the end of the day, I don't want a player who doesn't want to play for me.
Nippon, you wanted Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva didn't want to play for us. He wanted to stay at PSG.
But he followed Tuchel. Let's have it right. Tuchel's the only reason Thiago Silva signed. If it wasn't for him, he'd still be at PSG.
Okay. Nippon, did you want Timo Werner?
All right. Big up, Traps, for joining. How you doing, Traps?
What are you saying?
By the Bundesliga. No,
right.
I wanted him.
Let's move on. Let's move on to United. We'll talk about Chelsea later, Nippon. Traps, let's talk.
Let's talk.
What do you want to start?
Let's talk.
What do you want to start with?
There's been a lot. There's been a lot of speculation in the streams. Not in the stream. Sorry, in the chat about transfers. Really, and I just want to talk about the transfers. Talk about Frenkie de Jong because I'm sick of this guy. Sick of him. the Ronaldo situation, Henderson, and your favorite player, McTominay.
No, don't
You
do
act-
that. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do
Arrest.
that. McTominay is
Arrest.
a bum. mate.
You rate Mc. No.
No, I don't.
You
He's lying. He's
rate
lying.
Scott. You
No,
rate
he's lying.
Scott
Nippon, he's
McSauce.
lying. Nippon, he's lying. I don't rate Scott McTominay. He's a bum, mate. You know what? This Traps guy, he like for me. You like average players, don't you? You like average players.
It's not a question. It's not a question of me liking average players. Yeah.
You
What
do.
it is.
What you do?
What it is. Yeah. Is that basically the players are at United and they ain't going anywhere, and you have to look at the situation for what it is. And people could turn around and say, "Oh, like you said, McTominay's a bum, and this one's a bum, and that one's a bum." But the harsh reality of Scott McTominay is that Jose Mourinho praised him. Then obviously Oli came in, he used him. Then Michael Carrick was for a few games, he used him. And then you had Ralph Rangnick, he used him. And then now you got Ten Hag. Now Ten Hag, you're saying that Ten Hag is tactically astute. He knows what he's doing. So if he uses Scott McTominay next season, for me, that would suggest that the Scott McTominay agenda is a narrative pushed by fans because they just don't like Scott McTominay. He might not be the greatest player. He might not be, but as I was telling you before, all the best players don't necessarily make the best team. Yeah. So if he has a job to do, it's quite obvious that the managers think that he can do the job, or in training he does the job. So for me, I'm not going to go against what 5 managers. Five managers have had the same opinion. I think that's more than enough. That's more than enough reference, to be honest.
Yeah, but Dean Henderson, what's up with him?
Yeah, I mean, you said. What did you say? You said, "Oh, Manchester United do not rate Dean Henderson." I feel like they do. I feel like they do rate Henderson because they've had opportunities to get rid of Henderson. They've offered Henderson a new contract. He's not on that much wages, so he's not effectively unavailable to other teams because of his wages. But I feel like United want to keep him, and I feel like he might be the successor to De Gea. But De Gea obviously has kicked on. Well, he's got back to. I wouldn't say he was as good as he was, but he's back to a good standard of goalkeeping. However, people are now even saying that he's a thing of the past now. He needs to go because he can't play out from the back. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just think United fans at the minute right now don't know what they want. They turn their noses up at things because they feel that they're better than this person.
Are you talking about me, mate? No. Chaps, let me just big up the comments because there's so many. McTominay is a baller. Come at me, okay? Someone says, "Coach Corner fanboys, Chaps, stop, please." Corner fanboys, Chaps, stop, please. What's up, boys? I'm secret. Big up to you, Luca. Big up. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Big up to Luca. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Fred Berto, De Jong and Fred banging the dual partnership top 4 worthy. We'll talk about that later. De Gea
Who
in
do you
net
support?
no,
The guy below arrest next to me.
Man United.
Oh, you support United too?
Yeah, Traps a United fan. Well, he's a Glazers in fan as well, so yeah.
I'm not Glazers in, believe it or not. I'm not Glazers in. Yeah, I'm what you call a Glazer. I'm a Glazer. Oh, Dave, we got Dave.
Yep, I'm here. I've
Dave.
arrived.
Yeah, I'm what you call a Glazer. I'm a Glazer.
Someone's watching the stream.
I'm here.
Who's
arrived.
Who's watching the stream?
Hannah, is that you?
No.
I
No?
think you must be nipping them.
All right, so yeah, so basically, I'm not Glazers out or Glazers in. I'm what you call a Glazer neutral. Yeah, because the reason why I'm a Glazer neutral is because at the end of the day, I don't feel that the Glazer out.
Wait, whoa. You're Glazer neutral.
I'm a Glazer neutral. Yeah. Let me I'm breaking it down for you anyway because I feel like the Glazer out mob, are not doing enough to get the Glazers out. Yeah, they're not doing enough. They're just reposting stuff and tweeting and doing silly like invasions of games to get the
Exactly.
Glazers out. They're still buying stuff, they're still going to games. It's not feasible enough for me to be our Glazers out because there's not enough being done to get the Glazers out. And I'm not Glazers in because obviously the Glazers don't have any love for the club. They don't, it's a business to them. Yeah, they run, but for me at the same time, as long as they run their business properly and they spend money, because they have spent money, they spent more money than anyone. They might not spend it on the right players, but they have spent money regardless. I mean, you can't really say they're literally bleeding the club dry because they're not. I mean, they bought the club. The way they bought the club was basically as soon as they bought the club was effectively in debt for the money that they bought the club for. They haven't paid it back, and they never will until they sell the club because they don't have to. So everyone looks at that debt like as if to say the Glazers are this and that and the other. But you have to remember, I've been a Man United fan for decades, so I've seen every trophy being won under the Glazers. So if it's been done before,
Have you guys won the Premier League under the Glazers?
We've won the Premier League
Yes, we have.
about 4 or
we have.
5 times.
But that was because of Sir Alex Ferguson. So yeah, let me just
Yeah,
let me just bring up the comments before you carry on, Traps. Ilya says, "Traps, do you rate McTominay?"
I mean, as I said, McTominay for me is a good squad player. He should be in the squad. I don't know about starting 11, but he should be in the squad. They should try and mold him into a Darren Fletcher type player that's up for the big games and can do a job.
100%. Because we keep thinking that Scott McTominay is a reincarnation of Roy Keane. Or I don't know, or we keep thinking he's the Scottish N'Golo Kante, which he's not. But for whatever reason, we just think he is when we put him together.
Keep your defenders, keep my defensive midfielder's name out of your mouth.
Japan not a defensive midfielder.
That man is not a defensive midfielder.
That is the problem with Scott McTominay. He's not a defensive midfielder. And the thing is...
No, I was talking about Kante.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Cool. More comments. And some perfect position. We'll talk about Man United players later on. Ronaldo needs to go. We need... Yes.
If we get rid of Ronaldo, also, I need to cut in and say this right now. For all the people who say, Ronaldo, get out, I don't blame the man for wanting to leave. The man almost scored 20 goals, 20 Premier League goals in this god-awful Man United side last season. He's 37 years of age. How could you not blame him for wanting to leave this shambles of a side so he can go and finish his career and play in the Champions League? He deserves to play in the Champions League. He does not deserve to play in the flipping Europa League. He doesn't deserve it. He 100% doesn't deserve it. This man literally carried us last season.
But to be fair, he's never won the Europa League, so I think he should stay, and try and win that competition.
And without Ronaldo, and for all those who like the stats, without Cristiano Ronaldo's goals, we would be in 14th in the Premier League. 14th.
Yeah, but the harsh reality of Ronaldo, right, for me is one. Ronaldo scored goals last season. He did, but that's his job. That's what he's paid to do: score goals. That's what he's meant to do. Second of all, is that in the beginning of this whole situation, right?
Arrest. I'm going off camera for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
In the beginning of this whole situation, Manchester United had no interest in Ronaldo whatsoever. George Mendes and obviously Ronaldo have conspired with each other to get him back to Manchester because they went to Man City knowing full well that Man United was never going to have that. Alex Ferguson, never in a million years, was going to allow that transfer to happen. Yeah, it was impossible. Yeah, so once they started conversing with Man City, they knew Man United would take the bait. So therefore, they engineered the move for Ronaldo back to Manchester. Now, when he came back to Manchester, you you knew that he was going to be managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his former teammate. Yeah, his former super sub teammate was going to be his manager, and it was going to give him the tactics and the instructions.
He was
He
just
knew that.
coach back in 2008.
So when we're looking at it, to be fair, Solskjaer has been Ronaldo's coach before, yeah. But that's another story. But he knew what he signed up for. He knew he wasn't coming to Manchester after an excellent Premier League run, yeah, of us, or a Champions League run, and we're just looking for the finishing touches to get us over the line to go win a Premier League or go challenge a thing. I mean, on paper, yes, the team looked that it was gonna do something good this season, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that. But at the end of the day, he knew full well he wasn't the missing piece, the final piece to the jigsaw. He knew that this club was not the club he left 12 years ago. So you know what you signed up for. Not only that, you've taken a shitload of wages, yeah, to come here. So you've came here on a business deal. Forget the whole love story with the fans and forget about your history, Mr. Champions League and whatnot. Forget that. You came here for a contract and you engineered a move here and you got what you wanted. So you're here now. Yeah? So you're here now and it's gone left. You're saying the club has shown that ambition. Okay, cool. The Solskjaer thing for me, Solskjaer should have left when he didn't win the Europa League. But he didn't. And for me, again, he should have left the minute we got spanked by 5-0 by Liverpool at home. That should have been the one where he's like, you know what, your time's done here. But nevertheless, they've got rid of Solskjaer. They've got Erik ten Hag in. You know my views on Ten Hag, Arrest, so we're not even going to go there today. Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah. So at the end of the day, they've shown that ambition. They've got themselves what you lot would call an elite manager. I'd call him an up and coming manager with potential.
I agree.
But they've got a manager in.
Well, you said he's a nobody, so how does that make sense?
Because see, this is what Arrest does. He wants to go
No,
into
but
it
you
now.
just said he's an up and coming manager.
Listen,
All this and that.
Yeah, he is an up and coming manager because he's done well in the Dutch league, the same league that Frank de Boer done well in.
Oh,
with the same. Wait. Let me finish. With the same club, yeah. But however, he has got better tactics. He has. I'm not
I
comparing.
told you from before, and you like.
But yes, but listen. The point is that he's been in a league that is not top 5, yeah, and he's been doing this in a not top 5 league. And not only that,
French league, it's better than French league, that's for sure.
No, it's definitely not better than the French league. Dutch league is not better than the French league. That's impossible. Because if that was, you have to remember, right? Yeah. A lot of these players, yeah, I mean, if you look at all the players now, you've got Camavinga, even Kante, all these players started out in the French league. Pogba, all these players, do you know what I mean? They all come from France. They all started off in the France, whatever, like the youth teams and whatnot. So the French league is not as rubbish as you think it is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, as I was saying, back to the Ronaldo situation. So the Ronaldo knows what he signed up for. Now the thing is, if he would have said at the end of the season, after we got spanked by Brighton, I'm putting the transfer request. I want out of here. Fair enough, Ronaldo. You've done your job this season. You want to leave. So we're going to sort out something for you, and then we'll move on from this. You don't wait until this far gone in the transfer window, and then your agent starts putting out news through, is his name Duncan Castles? Saying that you want to move, because from what I understand is that even though he said this, he hasn't actually put in a formal transfer request. I feel like it's been engineered so United pull their finger out to get some transfers. It might be that, but at the same time, if he does really want to leave, they should, like you said, Arrest, there should be a one-on-one meeting with him and Ten Hag, see if they can work together. If they can work together, explain the plan to him, explain the targets, explain who they want and who they're going to get. If he can buy into that, then yeah, that's fine. But if not, you need to play hardball with him and make him understand certain situations. First things first, you're not going to another Premier League team. Forget Chelsea.
100%.
Forget Chelsea. You're not going there. You're not going there. So unless Bayern Munich or someone from all the other leagues around the world, even MLS, if anyone else wants you, then yeah, that's fair enough. But you're not going to another Premier League. We are not in a position to give another Premier League team 20 plus goals extra for the season. We're not doing that. Yeah. Second of all, is we need to find a direct replacement for you.
Agreed.
So that means that we need to we need to look into the market, because the market is trash right now for a striker. But we need to dive deep into the market and find someone who we feel that's going to score 20 plus goals for us this season, and for the forthcoming and for the seasons after that, for seasons to come. So until we find that person, you cannot leave. You are our man until then. So, and that might mean that you might have to stay here until January transfer window, until we watch we watch the World Cup, we see who shines at the World Cup, and then we might have to go for a striker based on their form in the World Cup. That might be the case. But right now, as it stands, you are under contract and you are staying here. And if you don't like it, what will happen is I will trigger your third year and you will stay here for another year. And let it be known, because you can't come here. You knew what you signed up for. We didn't want you here. Nobody wanted you here. You've come here, you've created this buzz, and now you want to leave. Because it doesn't make sense. So this is the transfer. This is what we're going to get. We're going to get our transfers in, and this is the problem. Ronaldo probably sits there with this Frenkie de Jong situation, and sits there and is like, these lot can't even get Frenkie de Jong over the line. But to be honest with you, I get to understand now, Barcelona are the problem. That's what it is. Barcelona are the problem. Barcelona are the problem. Barcelona, like Laporta's come out and said,
holding a lot of things up as well.
Yeah, Barcelona's come out and said that Laporta's come out and said he'll do whatever he can to keep Frenkie de Jong. He's only done that.
Did you see the Fabrizio Romano explanation though? Because he made a video explaining.
Yeah.
If you saw that, then take that into account. Because I think if you haven't, you should watch it.
Listen, Laporta's only doing this so he can turn around and say to Frenkie de Jong the same what he said to Dembele. Take a pay cut. You love Barcelona that much. You take a pay cut and you can stay, because we're not going to pay your wages. We can't afford it. So if you love us and you really want to stay, then you'll take a pay cut. Now that gives him that now puts the ball in Frenkie de Jong's court. And if he leaves, it looks like his Frenkie de Jong is leaving because he doesn't want to take a pay cut. So he doesn't love Barcelona. So the fans won't care.
Yeah. Let's just bring up some comments. Ten Hag will convince Ronaldo to stay. It's just a trap to speed up De Jong. I rate McTominay smashing centre mid. Cool. Malacia, Varane, Martinez, De Gea. What a defense, top fullback.
No, not the low. Not the low. You right back.
The way the Glazer run the club is a disgrace. They did not care about the club one bit, and they're trying to make as much money as they can off United.
Yeah, that's right. Can I just address Ryan quickly? Ryan, that's very true. Yeah, that's very true. But the problem that people have with this is that they've been doing this for nearly 2 decades now. And we've been saying this for nearly 2 decades now. Nothing's being done about it. All you can do as a Man United fan is hope that they get the transfers right and get the team playing. Because they're not going to stop taking money. And the Glazers out mob are not going to do anything about getting them out. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Someone somewhere, the reason why I know for a fact that these lot are not going anywhere, because believe it or not, someone somewhere is a billionaire Manchester United fan, multi-billionaire. Yeah, he could buy a club. He could buy this club like that. The club is not for sale. That's why no one buys Manchester United, because it's not for sale. So they're not going anywhere. So all you can do is hope that, like for instance, they're trying to get transfers. They're getting a new manager. They're trying to buy into a new philosophy. You have to just hope that it works, and they hope that they give Ten Hag the tools that he wants, the players that he wants for him to go and build his team. And once he starts building his team, and he gets it, and he gets it, and he just gets his budget, and they get him the players that he wants, they just leave that alone. You won't, because you're not going to care about 11 million. I mean, when we was winning leagues and Champions Leagues and that, people might say Glazer's out, but they weren't bothered about it, Glazers, because we're winning everything.
I think if the right offer comes in, Traps, they will have to accept eventually. But
that club is not for sale. I promise you, at any cost, that club is not for sale. Because if the club was for sale, I mean, for instance, you've got what's
Sounds
that guy?
like you want the-
Sorry,
You're saying the club is not for sale. Club is
It's
not
not.
for sale. It
not.
sounds like you want him to stay at the club. Does
No,
it sound
it's not that I
like
want. It's not that I
no,
want him to
it's
stay.
not that. It's not that.
It's not that I want him. It's not that I want him to stay. It's just the facts of the matter. It's like me sitting here right now and saying, "Arrest out, get Arrest out the stream, get him out the stream." Like, what's gonna happen?
Exactly.
Nothing's happening.
Let's just bring up some comments. Fernandez, De Jong, Fred, Fermid. We'll talk about other transfers soon. Obviously, smash the likes. 21 people watching. Smash the likes. Another comment. Sancho, Ronaldo, Langa, Dodgy attack. Need a right winger. Well, Antony's there. After De Jong,
No,
wrap
we're
up.
not signing. We're not signing Antony. He's unbelievably expensive. Number two, we're trying to sign Lisandro Martinez. We're not going to sign like 3 flipping players from Ajax. They're not going to allow. They've already sold like half their team. Gravenberg's gone. Mazraoui's gone. Haller's gone. Tagliafico could potentially go. Onana's gone.
Martinez will go as well, yeah.
So they're not probably the only player that we could potentially get is Martinez, and that's going to be
We'll talk about him later. Trap is getting some support
Maybe.
there from inside Luton. My man knows ball. Big up yourself. Yeah, like the stream and subscribe for 8 likes in the stream of 100%. Getting really bored of this transfer window. Hopefully, we getting 3 or 4 players before we jet off to Thailand.
I've jetted off to vacation. I'm jetted off to vacation. I've decided to come back, and guess what? We've still signed no one except Malacia.
Do you know we need to? Do you know what? So what's Dave is actually gutted about Ronaldo and Ronaldo leaving. But I mean, to be honest with you,
I don't blame him though.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Ronaldo. Ronaldo has been a big part of Manchester.
Wait, be honest. Did you call him finished once? Just be honest. Did you call him finished or no?
Did I say Ronaldo was finished? No. Listen, what I turned around and said. Look, this is what I said. I even said it in I said it yesterday on another stream. I said
We did have no plans of signing him. I do agree with that. We had no plans of signing him until City came into the picture.
Exactly. I said that United signed Ronaldo for all the wrong reasons. They signed him for all the wrong reasons. Manchester United signed him because, for one, because of the commercial side of things, they was going to make a shitload of money out of Ronaldo signing. Secondly, they only signed him because Man City wanted him, because he spoke to Man City.
Exactly.
Effectively, Ronaldo was a commercial panic buy.
Agree, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, but United fans think that they was getting Ronaldo of 10 years ago that's going to be doing stepovers and leaving defenders on there. Well, to be fair, he did leave Ben White on his bum. Yeah. But he's not going to be the guy of 10 years ago. I mean, we knew what he was getting. It's more of a sentimental thing with Ronaldo. But I have no qualms with Ronaldo going out the door. I mean, as long as we say, all right, we're going to go in the transfer window, and even Osherman, if we go for Osherman, or
he's 100 million. We're not signing him for that price. Napoli want no less than 100 million. I'm not trying to see us spend 100 million on.
Well. To be honest with you, they want. Apparently, they're suitors for Ronaldo. I think after the season Ronaldo's had, he's still worth probably about 20 million, 25. I mean, what's this? Why? I mean, it'd be worth a try to say to him, listen, we'll give you 50 million up front, 25 million on add-ons, and Ronaldo.
Yeah, well, we have a question from Ryan. Do you feel Rashford can be revitalized under Ten Hag? I think Rashford has so much talent, but he just didn't seem right last season. Well, let's go to Dave after that. What do you think, Dave?
I feel like he can. But for me, this is the last chance for him. This is a final chance for Marcus Rashford. If I still see with Rashford, I see seen of this year because his contract expires at the end of the season.
Yep.
And he's on $200,000 a week.
What, this season, Dave?
When he signed his new contract in 2019, it was for $200,000 a week.
Yeah, but is it run up this season?
It expires at the end of this season.
They must.
And I think with the year, and then I think with an option to extend for another year.
Yeah.
So I think regardless, that option to trigger it for another year will be activated, so we don't lose him for nothing. But for me, this season's make or break for him. This is his last chance. If we see the same Rashford as we've seen this season, then for me, bye-bye, see you later. He gets sold. As much as I like the kid, because I do, Manchester born and bred, but he's not performing. And for me, United comes first. If he's not performing, as much as I love him, he goes out the door. I know Ors will be heartbroken if Marcus Rashford gets sold. You know, just like he was heartbroken if McTominay got sold, or if Wan-Bissaka got sold, or if Luke Shaw got sold. But look, you know, United comes first. You know, if he's poor this season, then out the door he goes.
Yeah, 170 subs. Oh, we just hit that. Okay, big up. Yeah, let's get the like shot, obviously. 170 subs. We just hit.
I mean,
that.
I don't think. To be honest with you, I don't have a problem with Rashford. I feel like Rashford is gonna be deployed in a certain way, and I mean, he's already come out with his typical dissertation on Instagram about how happy he is with Ten Hag.
He doesn't play on the left. I mean, he doesn't play on the right. I do not want to see Marcus Rashford play on the right.
No, he won't. I don't think. Maybe interchange for a bit, but I don't think he will.
You want to know who has been playing him on the right? Your favorite manager, Ralph Rangnick, baby. Ralph Rangnick. Whoa.
Can you not interchange now during matches? Can you not interchange?
No, he hardly ever interchanged. Rangnick always made him stay on the right.
Yeah, to be fair, he did play on the right.
He looked worse under Rangnick than he did under Oli.
To be fair, I think it's fair to say, we were sold a dream under Ralph Rangnick, and the whole Ralph Rangnick situation was a complete disaster. Complete disaster.
Agreed.
It was a complete disaster because the fact that Ralph Rangnick has been here for 6 months, and now he manages Austria, clearly shows you, that it was a complete and utter waste of time having Ralph Rangnick around.
I've been saying this for ages. Like, what's the point of having him around if he's gonna just go, bye bye, see you later. I'm off to Austria. Like, what's the point? Like,
it was a disaster. And what you'll find is, to be honest with you, Ralph Rangnick is someone who is quite straight talking. He's quite upfront. So what you will find with Ralph Rangnick in the near future is that he will come out in an interview and he will tell you the truth about why the situation went the way it went with Manchester United. And I honestly believe that they had no plan whatsoever. They just thought, if we get Ralph Rangnick in, he's Klopp and Tuchel's dad, and he's the master plan. I even bought into it. I believed it. But he wasn't given any power, for one, because he couldn't even buy a player for £6 million in January. So he had no power. From January, that's when I knew that Ralph Rangnick was a dream. We got sold a dream because he couldn't even buy one player. And for the fact, if he made a mistake, and he admitted it, and I said the same thing, because at the same time Greenwood got arrested, he decided to let Martial go out on a loan. That was the stupidest thing you could have ever done. You couldn't rely on Cavani. You have Ronaldo, he's 37, and who else do you have? You don't have anyone else. You've got Elanga, but Elanga's only there because this is what I don't understand. Because Elanga's there because Greenwood got himself arrested and whatnot. But to be honest with you, if I'm going to be honest about Elanga, he's average.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I like Elanga, but he doesn't have what the likes of Saka or Foden have. I've said that. I like Elanga, but when people want to say that, he reminds you of Saka or Foden, no, he doesn't.
No, I don't know about Saka or Foden. I don't know about that. But to be honest with you, United have a lot of problems, yeah, and United fans are just screaming transfers, transfers, transfers now. We want transfers. Yeah, that's what you. But the fact is, United have got a lot of things to deal with. Like for instance, they spent £30 million on Ahmad, for instance, and they've put more development into Elanga, which I don't understand. I mean,
And Pelestri as well. People have forgotten about him as well.
Palestri as well. He had a good pre-season, then he was out. But the thing is, this is where United. Another thing, what United keep doing, they keep loaning these players out to clubs that don't play them.
This was like that's the balls, isn't it? And then, but
They-
you want to back them. You want to
They
back them.
loan. I'm not backing the board. It's not backing the board. Like they loan these players out to teams that don't play them and are not going to help with their development. I honestly feel that the policy of loans should change. That basically, Manchester United should only loan players to Championship and Premier League teams only.
I don't think that's going to be possible, but
That's what I think. Or not even only top 5 leagues, and the Championship. That is it. Because you can't be sending someone to the Scottish League and they're not even getting games, and then you expect them to develop. It doesn't make sense. They need to be playing regular football, yeah. And United need to be on this. They need to be checking the progress. They need to be calling these clubs and saying, "Why is my player not playing? Why is he not playing?" Like he needs to be. And when they sign these loan agreements, they have to agree that he has to be played a certain amount of times. Otherwise, yeah, the loan money doesn't get paid, or we don't pay, or do you know what I'm saying? Or the loan money goes up or something. There have to be some kind of penalty, yeah, for them not playing our players, because we send them out to get developed. If they're not playing, they're not being developed. They may as well be back in the under 23s playing week in, week out.
100%. But let's talk about potentially first sight. Well, he said his medical today, but Tyrell Malacia, up and coming talent apparently. Well, that's what Feyenoord fans have been saying. But he is young. I think he's 22. Feyenoord, Ten Hag wanted him. We've finally got him. Thereby, your thoughts, and are you heartbroken by this, because you could take Luke Shaw's position now?
Oh yes, of course. I'm incredibly heartbroken, Oris, that I know that a young 22-year-old kid coming from the Netherlands who's never played in the Premier League is going to go straight into the starting 11 and is going to play every single game.
Well, he's going to get pre-season. He's going to get pre-season.
No. I'm so heartbroken because I know Ten Hag is 100% going to run him into the ground. 100%. Oh, boo-hoo. No, I'm not heartbroken. I'm confused that as good as he is, and I like him, I think a right back was needed more than a left back. I don't think either right back is good enough. I don't think Wan-Bissaka is good enough. I don't think Telles is good enough. I mean, not Telles. I don't think Dalot is good enough. I think both of them, for me, looking at Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, it's you basically have a right back who's good at defending, terrible at attacking, and then one who's good at attacking, terrible at defending. And they're inconsistent as well. So I think if you don't like either, I think you should just go and get an entirely new right back. But then again, who's out there that you can get that's at a good age?
Do you think Dumfries? Do you like Dumfries?
But then again, Inter said they want no less than 45 million, and I'm not paying 45 million for Dumfries. And also, I don't want Man United to just be the new Wolves, in the sense that Wolves are just all Portuguese.
Netherlands versus Portugal tomorrow.
All Dutch players. Yeah. So I think that hopefully we can find other alternatives. But for me, I think that a right back was needed. But no, Malacia is one for the future. I think it's a good signing. I think he will succeed Luke Shaw 100%. regardless if Oris sees his favorite players stay or if he sadly sees him go. It could go either way. Traps. What are your thoughts on Malacia and is Luke Shaw as bad as Oris makes him out?
Malacia, again, Feyenoord, Dutch league, not really respecting it, but I mean, I don't know enough about him. I haven't seen him play. Haven't given him the eye test myself, but I mean, he could do well. I mean, I'm not going to write him off because I don't know enough about him. But I mean, Luke Shaw, it's quite evident to see that Luke Shaw is one of these players, right? That he will, when his position is threatened, that's when you get the best out of him. And then once he gets into that comfortable position that I am the number one, that's when he slacks. So he needs to have someone up his arse constantly saying, if you don't play well, you will lose your place. And that's how it should be throughout the whole team.
I agree.
The whole team. So I feel Malacia coming in will either he will eventually supersede Luke Shaw, or Luke Shaw will just step his game up again. Because it's obvious Luke Shaw can step his game up. And he can play. So I mean, we'll see. But I don't think it's a bad sign. But like Dave I said, I don't think it was a priority signing. I don't know where it's come from. Because I mean, as far as everyone's been screaming right back, DM, midfield, which is right. But to be I just think right now, with the situation going on right now, I think United need to pull their finger out. United need to get their targets all ready, make contact, negotiations, advanced talks, fees agreed, medicals booked, and get them all over simultaneously. I'm talking if they want to sign 4 players or 5 players or 3 players, they just need to get them done. Because I mean, like for instance, you got Van der Beek coming back, Ten Hag player. I mean, this is what makes me think, that United knew all along what they was going to do. I think they actually knew all along that Pogba was not going to sign a deal. They knew all along that Van der Beek was his replacement. They knew all along that Ten Hag was their next guy.
Yep. But yeah, Malacia for me, I think we have to give him time. Obviously, he's coming to a new league, new environment, and all this stuff. But
it's what Arrest wants us to be. Give them time, FC. That's what he wants. Yeah, he wants us to be. This Arrest wants us to be. Give them time, FC. Ten Hag needs time. This one needs time.
Oh, he does. He does. Traps. He does. Ten Hag does.
How much time are you giving Ten Hag? Just out of interest,
I'm giving him 4 transfer windows, which means 2 to 3 years, I think. So listen,
4 transfer windows, including January. Bearing in mind we do little or no business in January.
To be fair, January we did buy Bruno, but listen, maybe 4 summer windows, whatever. But for me, I need to give him a lot of
4 years.
Huh?
You're giving him 4 years.
Listen, 2 to 3 years max for me. For me, my objective for Ten Hag next season, win the Europa League and top 4 maybe. But for me,
so if you want him to win the Europa League next season, that means you're not giving him no time. You're giving him 6 months.
That's what you're giving him.
I'm not giving him. Listen, I honestly feel like if United come with 5 players this season in a transfer window that Ten Hag wants, Ten Hag has to deliver the Europa League or even a Carabao Cup.
He has to get his players, by the way. For me, when I say these 2 to 3 transfer windows, I mean he has to get his first option, not backup options like, on the Oli when we bought Van der Beek, he was meant to get Grealish. So for me, he has to get his first options. So, and if we don't, I won't be surprised because,
I genuinely believe that United, based on the situation and based on Ronaldo, I genuinely believe now that Manchester United have to pull the finger out.
Check the private chat.
Yeah.
They have to pull their finger out and they have to go and get some signings. And I feel like he may end up between 3 to 5 signings I'm saying within the next 28 days.
Yeah, let's talk about the targets. So obviously, I don't know if you guys seen this. It's actually heating up now. Lisandro Martinez. This is going to be another battle between us and Arsenal. We'll start with Traps. Traps, Lisandro Martinez, obviously another player from the Dutch league, but do you like him? Thoughts?
I mean, he's not bad. Bit short, but he's not bad.
He was Alex's player of the year.
Yeah, he's a bit short, but he's not bad. But to be honest with you, I honestly believe that if Manchester United want him, Ten Hag wants him, especially just leaving now, he's a Man United player.
Yeah, he will get him.
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal want any competition whatsoever. I think Arsenal know this. I think once United submit a formal bid for Martinez, because they haven't done that yet, have they?
Apparently, I've seen reports saying
no, they did. I think they did. I think it goes for like £45 million or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like Arsenal will not match that. They'll withdraw and move on and look for a different time, because they don't. If you actually think about Arsenal centre back situation, they don't actually need another centre back, because if you look at the pecking order of what they have, they've paid £50 million for Ben White, so he has to play. Yeah, Gabriel is their best centre back. Yeah, so he will play. Then you have Rob Holding.
Saliba as well.
Holdini.
Yeah. Then you have Rob Holding. He's the bottom of the barrel. He is like the Phil Jones of Arsenal. Yeah. So
no, don't compare him to King Philip. Don't compare him.
But then you have Saliba. Saliba has been trying to get game time at Arsenal for God knows how long. He's been loaned out. They're gonna have to give him time. They got game time anyway. So for me, them getting another centre back,
Mari as well. Mari.
Yeah, I mean, Mari's trash though. But I mean,
Mari's alright, Mari's alright.
But
he's okay.
Listen, Pablo Mari, is the human equivalent to a Beyblade. Yeah, he cannot.
No, that's Maguire. That's Maguire, man.
Maguire,
I don't like Maguire, but again, this is what United fans do.
English Beyblade.
No, I'm joking, but
this is what United fans do. United fans. You see, when you face reality with players, the players that we've got, they think you like them. Like Maguire cost £80 million. He's not going anywhere. Last season, he was the captain.
Yeah. Nippon, last season, Maguire Chelsea, Nippon. Come on. Rudiger's. You need centre backs, Nippon, man. You take anyone. Come on, be honest.
Apparently they're in for De Ligt, no?
Yeah, they are. And Kounde.
Nippon, your thoughts on De Ligt?
Honestly, I think with a veteran like Thiago Silva next to him, he can improve. I wouldn't trust him if Thiago Silva wasn't at Chelsea.
Listen, the thing is, right? Everyone goes on like Rudiger was like something great. You have to remember, Rudiger was trash in the back four.
I agree. Yeah. He was still the best center back under Sarri at that point. But then again, like that season.
And the thing is, I mean, you lot have seen the clip of Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of clips of Harry Maguire. Please, Traps, don't trick. Traps, I'm on vacation, mate.
Listen. There's been a lot of clips of him. Even there's a clip of if you go on YouTube and you type in Harry Maguire at Leicester, he was brilliant.
Oh, he was amazing.
He was brilliant. So for me,
because he had Wes Morgan and Johnny Evans covering him.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I mean, nah. Listen. He was. You have to give him credit where it's true. He was good.
He has John Stones and Kyle Walker covering him.
I wouldn't say. Listen, John Stones. Yeah, especially in the last tournament, John Stones was way worse than Harry Maguire.
Yeah. Maguire was one of the best centre backs in the whole in all the Euros. So.
Yeah. So you listen. For me, I just think at the end of the day, Harry Maguire. There's a player in there. It needs to be unlocked. He needs to be refreshed. And the thing is, the captaincy should be taken away from him. He shouldn't have that on his shoulders because he's
He
not
should have
that
never
guy.
gotten in the first
Do that. I think Ten Hag will strip him from the captaincy.
He should.
He
He
will. He
has
will.
to.
He
Another
will,
thing
and
is, another thing is now, I don't think. I mean, to be honest with you, if Ronaldo stays, the captaincy is going to go to Ronaldo because basically it's just going to smooth things over with the fans to make the fans feel like, oh, he's the captain. He loves us. He doesn't love us. Yeah, he loves himself.
Yeah, you're right. Daniel says Arsenal should sign Rashford. I mean,
Or should pay for a flight and have him at London Colney in an instant.
yeah, I can't see Rashford going to another Premier team if he moves.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
He's
Listen,
not going to another Premier League side.
The thing is with Rashford, the board know that Rashford is a Manchester United player through and through, and they don't have to do much to keep someone like Rashford at the club. That's the truth.
Rashford wants to be here. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. He wants to be here.
So I mean, yeah, Rashford will probably sign a new deal. I mean, I feel like this season. I mean, for what we've seen Rashford do in his career, I mean, even Rooney said it. Rooney said that he needs to get his act together and go and beat his record. I mean, he's on course to beat. He should beat Rooney's record if he applies himself. To be fair, and I feel like a lot of these players this season coming, there's going to be a lot of shocks because you have to remember they was having babysitting time under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, telling them that they're great players and they're the best and whatever. Now they're going to have a guy that wants them to do their jobs, and I feel like not only that because they're going to have like rigid tactics. They're going to know what they're doing. They're going to be told what to do. They're going to be coached. They're going to be told when they're going wrong. I mean, Steve McLaren is a number 2. At first, I wasn't happy about it because I thought
He's not necessarily number 2.
I thought McLaren was
Van der Gaag's a number 2.
I thought, yeah, but you know what I mean. But McLaren's last job. I thought McLaren was jobbed for the boys again. But to be honest,
I think Tenor wanted him. You know, no. I think Tenor wanted him.
Tenor wanted him specifically.
He
wanted someone that knew the club.
FC20 as well.
Yeah, but they've worked together before, so it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense. They've worked together before. They've been successful together before. It makes sense for McLaren to come. I mean, to be fair, the last time McLaren was here, we won the treble.
Okay, Traps.
Just remember that.
Right now, you're the first one to say that we'll win the treble.
I'm not saying that we did win the treble, but I'm saying the last time he was here, we won the treble. I'm not saying that we are going to win the treble, but
You think you're winning the treble? You're deluded.
No, for God's sake.
No, I never said that. I said I'm saying the last time McLaren was here as a coach at United, we won the treble.
All right, I'm just going to read some update from Romano. He just tweeted this
4
minutes ago from Romano. Malacia deal confirmed. All signed between Man United and Feyenoord for €12 million plus 3 million euros add-ons. First part of medical was completed on Sunday. Final part Monday. Contract approved 2026 with option for further season. Official statement will follow soon. So, contract has been signed. Obviously, Man United will take their time with that announcement.
Before Frenkie de Jong as well.
Take your time with it. Take your time with it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, for
But
God's
for me, I think De Jong. I think after the announcement, obviously when we announce it, we'll walk on De Jong. Listen, I know Traps will get annoyed, but for me, I'm not going to say the word because Traps gets annoyed, but this week, just keep your eyes on it. I'm not going to say key because Traps gets annoyed. The word.
Traps, don't worry. We have Hardipo Romano to give us all the updates we need. Don't worry, Traps.
Exactly. But
Hardipo Romano.
Listen, it's 11. Listen, don't call Hardeep's name. If you call his name too many times, he will appear. Yeah? It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. This is his prime time to drop some bombshells. Yeah? Right. Hardeep is around the socials somewhere, dropping bombshells somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to answer this question. The thing is, where do you see Rashford best position to
left
be?
Wing. Left wing.
Traps, agree?
I mean, it's a hard one for me because when I think about Rashford, when Rashford burst on the scene, he was a striker. Yeah? He was a striker. And if you think about it, obviously we've got Ronaldo. He's our number 9. He's our striker. Don't know if he's going to be there next season, but he's our striker. But according to previous Ten Hag information, he doesn't play with a striker.
Exactly.
So you could see Ronaldo through the middle. You could see, sorry, not Ronaldo, Rashford. You see Rashford through the middle, or you could see him on the left. I mean, you could see him improve. I think his weakness is on. I mean, he says that he can play anywhere along the front three. I don't think he can. It's either the left or the center for me. I don't think he's good on the right. But at the same time, we have Sancho, and I feel like Sancho next season is going to cement that left spot.
Yeah. Me, Mike. Yep. Rashford best position left wing, but keep him to provide competition for Sancho. Malacia deal done exactly. I don't agree with this back four, but that's opinions. But Malacia, Maguire, Varane, a lot.
Mac was still being in that back line.
You got Maguire in the lot, starting. So,
but listen, this is what I don't understand. Yeah, everyone just giving Varane a free pass.
No, he doesn't get a free pass.
Varane, was trash last season. Trash. So for me, I feel like centre backs need to be had. They need. This is the part where United fans need to understand as well, because there's a lot of cleaning up to do. We've got Eric Bailly still. We've got Lindelof still. What are we doing with those? Because in my mind, I believe. Well, if I was a board, anyway, no, not even a board. If I was a director of football, I'd be saying, listen, 15 of these players out of this squad of 20, 22 or 24 or 26, how many people are in the squad? 15 of these players need to be playing regular football. We need 15 players that can play football, that are first team. They might be on a rotation, but they need to be playing. So we can't be having players like we did last season when we've got Mata just sitting on the bench. He's no use to us whatsoever. You've got players like Phil Jones, for instance, just sitting there not doing anything. Every player that is in the Manchester United first team needs to be able to play and needs to be playing. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, you can't just have players just sitting there doing anything. So for me, they need to be cleaner. So if you're not going to use Bailly, you're not going to use Lindelof, you need to get rid of them and get centre back in a Pau Torres or this Martinez guy that's going to play. And you get rid of the players that are not going to play, because at the end of the day, they're making 5 subs this season, so you're going to need more players.
100%.
They need to address I feel the Frenkie de Jong thing. I think United need to put their foot down on the Frenkie de Jong thing and say, listen, Laporta, we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get him to re-sign a new contract, for a lower weekly wage. You've got a week to sort this out. If you don't sort this out this week, we are done. This transfer is done. I do feel that Ten Hag wants to get this transfer over the line based on the fact that Frenkie de Jong is a former player of his, and he wants and to be fair, he should believe in him. So if Frenkie de Jong doesn't believe in Ten Hag, then no one should believe in Ten Hag. That's what I believe. So I believe he either should have just walked away from this one from the beginning and not focused in, or he has to get it over the line to be like, he's my former player. He believes in the project. He's come here, and we're going to play, and it will create belief. But at the same time, it's taking too long. So they need to tell him and say, listen, if you want to play your games, try and get someone to sign for a thingy. You're not going to use us as a thingy. So you've got a week to sort this out. Either we sort this out in a week, or we focus our attention. Because I mean, what's happened to what happened to Ruben Neves? No one's in for Ruben Neves. What's happened with that?
Wolves won around like
Wolves
70
won 100
million.
million. Yeah, 100 million they want.
Yeah, but Wolves won 100 million. What Wolves want and what Wolves get are two different things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think, obviously, again, he's not worth that. He's a £50 million player at best.
Exactly.
And I mean, to be honest with you, nowadays player power is important as well. So I feel like if we go in for Ruben Neves and Ruben Neves, basically his agent says, listen, you need to lower the fee because he wants to leave, they'll lower the fee. I mean, because it's Wolves. It's Wolves at the end of the day. I mean, it's not the Declan Rice thing, because at the end of the day, Declan Rice is an English player. English tax is English tax. So you're going to pay £70 million for Declan Rice regardless. Yeah, this is Ruben Neves. He's a Portuguese player. I mean, you can get him for cheaper than that. But but it doesn't. Even if it's not him, you need to focus your attention on
How
someone.
can we abolish this English tax?
Sorry,
How can we abolish the English tax?
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, get rid of it.
Well, they can't because basically,
no one's getting rid of it.
the thing is with
Like,
English.
say if I was the owner of a club, I would say, like, say if we set up a chain reaction saying no one's paying over the odds. Eventually, they'll have to lower the price.
What will happen? I mean, what I think will happen with the whole English tax thing, right, is clubs will. The only way for it to change is that clubs will start where clubs keep pricing players out of moves. What the English players will now do will turn clubs down, their contracts down, run their contracts down, and then leave on freeze. So they'll when the English players start doing that a lot, then they'll realize that they have to lower the fees of the English players to get money for them. Otherwise, they're just going to reject their contracts and leave on a free.
Exactly.
French tax is a thing. Yeah. Spanish tax is a thing in La Liga.
Yeah, this comment for me, I'm not sure, but he says if you don't get De Jong, we've got to get Tielemans. Surely, for me,
I mean, everyone's forgetting this. I mean, like I said to you, Arrest, I said, look, for me, I don't care about Frenkie de Jong, to be honest with you. I don't think Frenkie de Jong is the be-all and end-all of Man United's season next season. But, however, I would like to see them get this Eriksen one over the line. I'd like that.
That reminds me. And guess what? He's on a free as well.
Yep, he's on a free.
Eriksen on a free.
You know we like Eriksen on a free. We love that. Yeah, he doesn't. Eriksen doesn't affect.
I mean, we got Zlatan on the free as well. Yeah,
Eriksen doesn't affect Eriksen doesn't affect the transfer budget because he's effectively free, and they've freed up a load of wages with Cavani and Pogba. They've freed up. What's that?
Oh yeah, Pogba. That's your boy, isn't it? Yeah.
That's not my boy. That's your boy, and he's gone now.
No. For me, Pogba. I said for all parties,
move on. Just Pogba's gone.
Move on.
Just move on.
Yeah. If we get Eriksen, it'll be sick because midfield depth.
Time to move on. Pogba is gone. We move.
And with Eriksen, that'll be a good competition for Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, he hasn't had good competition recently. He's had Lingard as his competition. He's had Lingard and Mata as his competition for me. So if we get Eriksen, that will step up Bruno to, fix up. But
I think United need to have an aggressive approach.
I'd love to see Yuri Tielemans. I think Yuri Tielemans is a fabulous signing.
From Monday, tomorrow, United need to have an aggressive approach in the transfer window. They need to have their targets and need to go for them.
Well, we need to announce Malacia first, then they'll move on to other targets.
We know. Why? What do you mean? Malacia's doing medicals. What do you need?
No, he's already completed it. We're just announcement is.
Yeah, exactly. So forget Malacia. We don't care about that. Let him go to the social media department. Get a picture of him and Ten Hag with a shirt. And go meet the squad. Go training. We don't care about you now.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying. Nick, I said it from before. This week, we should expect 2 signings from United. I'm saying Lisandro Martinez, Ten Hag will push for him. Eriksen, for me, I can see him coming if he get De Jong. That would make him come. But I don't know. I think Romano has said we've offered him a contract. Now he has to decide between us or Brentford. Listen, there's rumors going around that he wants to stay in London, but I don't believe this. Listen, Manchester United or Brentford. Come on.
I mean, the conundrum. Look, I think the conundrum for Eriksen is that basically Brentford offered him a contract when no one else did.
Yeah.
So they took the risk on him, and he feels like he might need to repay that. At the same time, he did train with Ten Hag's team.
Yeah.
He did train with Ten Hag's team, and he did come from Ajax. So there might be a thing, but the problem that he has is that he knows that this. I mean, it might even be a medical thing. Do you know what I mean? He might have to have advices from his doctors because they might say this Manchester United playing for Manchester United is a high pressure club for you to play for. It might not be like good for your health for you to play at that club because
Exactly. Yeah.
so
This club isn't good for my health. Me supporting this club over the past 9 months has been absolutely detrimental to my health.
well, there you go. So I mean, it could be a thing where he's waiting to. It might be advice of a doctor that you should stay at Brentford because you're settled and whatnot. And it might even be a thing that can he get he might be able to organize his medical attention in Manchester. It might be anything. So at the end of the day, he has a lot of things to weigh up. It's not just a thing where he's been through a lot, and it might be a thing. Well, do you know what? I just want to play football. I don't really care about winning stuff. I don't really care about being at the best club. I'm just happy to play football, and I'm happy to be alive. So there might just be a thing that thank Brentford. I mean, Brentford would be kicking themselves because realistically, I don't know why they signed him on a 6 month. They should have tried to get him on at least a year.
Let's see, nipping your thoughts on Eriksen. Should your club Chelsea go on and get Eriksen?
I think we should, but I don't think he'll come because he used to play for Tottenham.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
And Eriksen seems like the guy that once he plays for a certain club, he will never play for their rivals.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt he'll ever play for Arsenal or Chelsea or West Ham. But I don't think he'll ever play for AC Milan either.
Yeah. Neymar, your thoughts on Eriksen? Would you want him to come to United?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, if this were me and I had the final word or say, you know, in the words of the legend himself, Traps, I could get Eriksen on a free. Oh my days, I'm getting Eriksen on a fucking free. I'd 100%. Yeah, I'd want him definitely. Yeah. In the words of Traps, I'm 100% getting Eriksen on a free.
Personally, if I was a United fan, look, he's gone through so much already as it is. Almost lost his life in the Euros.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to go through that pressure again because moving from Brentford, look, he has played at the highest level, but almost losing your life has to bring you back to square one. And I personally feel he moving to United will be just that one step too far. Like, say if he has a bad game and all that, fans will be after him. And I don't think he needs that pressure. I really feel he should just stay at a club where he isn't where fans don't get too much of it.
I agree.
Listen, arrest. Stop.
He's loved by the fans. And
Don't get rolled.
Arrest, stop trying to cause these narratives that I don't give people time. I gave Pogba 6 years of my life.
Facts here.
Listen, for me, Pogba, I think he was a success at Man United.
Pogba was
no, I'm sorry, but
no. We didn't first of all before you guys.
He was not a 10 out of 10 success.
Before you guys get rattled, we didn't build a team around him. He won us the Europa League, which for me he did win us. He did. He's got the first goal.
Cool.
No, he didn't.
Well, who scored the first goal for the Europa League then?
What? So did we win the Europa League by scoring 1 goal?
Huh? Obviously, we won 2-0. I'm talking about Pogba for me.
How many games did we play in the Europa League?
Pardon?
How many games did we play that season in the Europa League?
Probably more than 10.
So, and how many games did Pogba star in?
Listen, I'm talking about.
I do remember Fenerbahce. That game, he was absolutely brilliant at Old Trafford. I do remember that game.
Yeah.
That one in
for
particular.
Me, I can admit inconsistent the narrative of that. I can admit that, but for me,
he's been average. We spent 90 million to bring him back, and we lose him on a free again. Like,
I mean, I'm not. For me, for instance, like I said, I'm not in the business of discussing Man United's transfer fees. I hate that. I hate the fact that every time we talk about United with any fans, they mention the price tags of players. Manchester United are not a poor club. Yeah, they're not gonna buy a player and then turn around tomorrow morning and say we can't afford to turn the lights on at Old Trafford because we've spent all the money on a player. That's not gonna happen. So for me, I don't care about the transfer fees because they're not gonna spend more money than they have to. Yes, it was silly business to go and buy, but the thing is, they've done a lot of things that they shouldn't have done. That's just one of them. Yeah. For instance, they should never have brought Pogba back in the first place because at the end of the day, he was told, yeah, to leave, yeah, him and his agent, rest in peace, Raiola, shouldn't speak ill of the dead, by Ferguson. They told him to leave. They didn't want him back. They should never have brought him back because Ferguson, and not only that, Jose Mourinho, everything Jose Mourinho said about Pogba and this whole club is the truth. Everything. He said Paul Pogba is a virus. That's what he said. Yeah. And it's now what 6 years down the line. Pogba's gone. He's got a 1.1 rating of his Pogmentary. Yeah.
You probably voted one star as well. It was probably you that.
I haven't watched it. Yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
I've watched a couple. Yeah.
And yeah, he shouldn't have come back. I mean, as I'm saying, a lot of things shouldn't have got done. I mean, for instance, the start of it is, yeah, look at David Moyes now. David Moyes is flying at West Ham. They should have gave him time. They should have. They didn't give him time. The Zaha thing, they sold Zaha for no reason. That was someone who Ferguson left behind, told them to stick with these people, back the manager, whatever, yeah? They haven't done it. Jose Mourinho, again, he was the one. He was the one for me that they should have went all out for. They should have entrusted him. They should have got him the players that he wanted, and they should have listened to what he had to say. If we had Jose Mourinho, yeah, now we would have won the Premier League by now. We would have won the Premier League. We probably would have won the Champions League by now.
You think so?
Listen, I said this the other day, right? If Manchester City had Jose Mourinho in charge of them, they would have won the Champions League at least 3 times by now.
Yeah.
That's a bold call.
To be fair, there would be some City fans that wouldn't like his style of football. There would be, but
they wouldn't like this. They wouldn't like this style of football. But I'll tell you this now, yeah. If Pep was to leave and Jose Mourinho was to come in, they would not make a fuss about it. They would say, you know what, this guy is a winner. This guy is a Champions League winner with this one. If he can get Porto to win the Champions League,
Roma Conference League as well. Remember Roma?
He's the only. Listen, he's the only manager to win every single trophy available. Well, not every trophy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
he's won every European trophy.
Nepo, man, you shouldn't have sacked Mourinho, man. What's going on with Chelsea? You shouldn't have sacked him. I mean, we shouldn't have sacked him as well. So yeah.
Mourinho was disrespected, and even the thing is, right? This is another thing that I saw the other day. He's been sacked by Manchester United. He's been sacked by Spurs, and he still managed to win the trophy before both of them.
There you go.
Yeah, but no. The thing is, we can all admit he did lose the dressing room. That's one thing.
He lost the dressing room because of these silly players like La Pioche, yeah, who was a flipping virus in the place. What they should have done.
He's not a virus, mate.
What they should have done, yeah, with Paul Pogba was sold him. That's what they should have done. They should have sold him. They should have sold him 3-4 years ago. That's what they should have done. Yeah, he done after he fell out of Mourinho, he should have been sold. Yeah, because the facts are that he didn't want to sign a new contract, and he hasn't wanted to sign. And he's talking about ambitions, and people talking about whatever they want to talk about. But the truth is that if he had any ambition, he would have put in a transfer request 2 years ago. He would have left 2 years ago. No, what he wanted to do was leave on a free, run his contract down, and leave a free. That's what he wanted to do. That's why he hasn't been applying himself for the last 2-3 seasons, because he's not interested in Manchester United. And Man United should have picked up on that, yeah, and kicked him out.
Nippon, what's your thoughts on Pogba? Do you rate him at his time at United? What's your thoughts?
Well, here's the thing on Pogba. Can I talk? All right, sick. Look. Here's
sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
What happened?
All right, cool.
No, Nippon said sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. But listen, we'll get Dave's thoughts because I did say Nippon, but Dave, you can talk now.
Here's the thing. On Pogba, look, I see both sides of it. I see what Traps is saying, and look, I still back Man United for choosing Pogba over Jose. I think in the grand scheme of things, I think Mourinho, not just seeing, look, I think the players should have 100% backed the manager more, should have played for Mourinho more. But when you look at the way, and look, I'm not saying Ollie's the guy and Ollie's a man, but you looked at the way Pogba was playing when Ollie first came in. There's a player there. And you think to yourself and you say, this player's ability. This player has the ability to take us forward. And we're starting to see consistency. So why not try to get the best out of your Talisman? Why not try to get the best out of your marquee signing? Why not try to get the best out of Paul Pogba at a point where he'd only been there for 2 seasons? There were still plenty of years left on his contract. And you're in January, and at the point after you sack Mourinho, so you're not getting rid of him in January. So at least keep him until that summer. So I think he should have been sold, but I think that should have happened whether it was last summer or the season before. I think that point should have come this summer or last summer after the Euros. He should have been sold last summer because it was very, very clear that Pogba wanted out. He wanted to leave. As Trap said, there was a new contract on the table, stalled on it. Was made it very, very clear he was not interested in Man United in any way, shape, or form. The board should have acted. Man United should have kicked him out at that point. And I love Pogba.
100%.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, cool. But look,
The thing is, with Mourinho, right? like Dave, what are you talking or what?
No, you are.
No, you are.
Oh, I mean, basically, all I was trying to finish up in saying is that I can see both sides of it. I can understand where you're coming from, but I can also sort of understand where Horst is coming from. Believe it or not, yes, I actually do slightly understand a viewpoint of Horst, which is actually somewhat surprising. But no, because I do really like the player. I do like Paul Pogba, but Man United comes first. And at the end of the day, if Paul Pogba doesn't want to stay, United has to come first. He goes. So for me, that's kind of what I have to say about it. Traps, over to you. I'm ready to get ripped apart in Traps' analyzation here.
If we're going to be honest about Pogba, Pogba was only chosen over Mourinho because of his commercial value. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mourinho has had some stinkers, with transfers. I mean, Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, stinkers, they are stinkers. But however, Pogba should not have been backed. But at the time, Pogba's commercial value is what seen him get backed, because that's all there is to it. Because he wasn't actually doing the business on the pitch, if we're going to be honest about it. I mean, if he had one good season where he scored 16 goals, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think and for 16 goals, for one season, I mean, all right, cool, you're a midfielder. That's a lot of goals for a midfielder, which is fine. But to have one good season like that in 6 years, it's clear. And you've had 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're not going to give. All right, let's not talk about fucking Carrick. Let's just say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Rangnick, and Jose. You've had 3 managers and 6 years, and you have how many assists does he have?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Some silly amount, nothing, next to nothing.
Okay, has he played proper CDM though? Have we built a team around Pogba?
Yeah, but you're talking about building the team around Pogba, right? Building the team around Pogba. I mean, even you have to remember, when he came and you had it was Ibra. Did he come the same season as Ibrahimovic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he came in the same season as Ibrahimovic, Ibrahimovic came on a free transfer. He was a star. Yeah, he done his job. Yeah, he had these boys play. Even Lingard done his job to a certain extent. You can't really knock Lingard because he scored in the final of the Carabao Cup, and he scored in the FA Cup final the season before that under Van Gaal. So he was still around the time. I mean, there was more togetherness in the squad, and I think was Pogba the captain at that time?
No.
When did he become the captain?
He was the captain in the beginning of the 18-19 season.
Yeah, that was after Rooney left, didn't it? That was what Rooney was.
No, after the World Cup.
Was it Rooney? Rooney was the captain, right? Rooney was the captain. That was
Rooney was the captain. Then Carrick was the captain in Jose's second season, and then Pogba was handed the captaincy after the World Cup.
Yeah, so I mean, things were going well. Things were going well. So at the end of the day, from the minute the captaincy thing went down, he wasn't a thing. United should have realised that you're not going to get any money for this guy. Yeah, he's going to run his contract down. He doesn't want to sign a new contract. Let's get him out of the club. Let's get someone else in. We could have got 60 million quid from 2 seasons ago, and we could have reinvested that into. I mean, we could have went and overpaid for Savage. Savage.
Milinkovic-Savic.
Yeah, we always get linked with the. Oh my.
No,
God.
absolutely not.
I mean, I think he's all right. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's all right.
You saying you take him right now?
No.
Would I take him right now? I mean, no, I wouldn't.
Exactly.
I wouldn't take him right now.
I don't know how tough, but Ivan Toney or Van Olsen.
Neither.
I don't know anything. I don't know much about Van Olsen. And to be honest with you, do you know what it is with United fans? Yeah, this is another thing with United fans. United fans feel like they're above Ivan Toney. This is the problem.
No, he's a good player. I just don't think he'd suit the
How
way.
How old is Toney? How old is he?
I like Ivan Toney. I just don't think he suits the way Ten Hag wants to play.
26.
Yeah, 26. Yeah.
And I don't think Ivan Toney will join either.
Nah, he's not.
I mean, if we're gonna take a risk on Ivan Toney, we may as well.
Look, it's not about taking the risk. I don't think he'll want to join United.
Nah, I feel like if United came in for Ivan Toney, he'd leave.
He's a Liverpool fan. What Liverpool fan would go and play for United?
To be fair, Sancho, Chelsea fan, plays for
Sancho's-
United.
Yeah,
Chelsea and Man United hate each other less than Man United and Liverpool.
yeah, but ain't Sterling a Man United fan?
No,
Yeah.
no, Chelsea.
Sterling's a United fan.
Sterling's a United fan.
Yeah, but Man United hate Liverpool more than they hate. Oh wait, he played for them as
He
well.
played for both.
Oh my life! I can't be asked.
So yeah, I mean, the whole who you support doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? You play for it. Like nowadays, you have to remember. I mean, I'll be totally honest with you right now. If I was a football player right now, as much as I love Manchester United, if Liverpool are trying to pay me 200 grand a week to play football, I'm playing for them.
Do you realize how much the other fans at Man United will hate you for that?
Yeah, but
Elton, smoke bombs at your mansion.
security provided to me provided by the club. I'm fine. 200. Listen, Liverpool play. Listen, I'd play for anyone. I'd play for Chelsea. I'd play for Man City. I'd play for it. Football wise, I'd play for them.
Would you play for Macclesfield?
If they paid me 200 grand a week, definitely.
If they paid you, I don't know, 75 quid a week, and you started next to Harry Maguire and had to play at centre back every week.
75 what pounds?
Yes.
Probably not. No, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd play for anyone. I mean, to be honest with you, if I play for anyone, if Man United did actually want me, I would leave to join Manchester United. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I would. I would take a pay cut just to sweeten the deal.
Yeah. Listen. This De Jong, I said before, De Jong is not taking a pay cut at Barcelona. There's no chance. Laporte is coming out and saying I think he said about Dembele. I think this is the same situation. I think he said from Dembele, you have to either take the economic situation or you can leave. So it could be the same thing for De Jong. Either take a pay cut or you can go. So I think De Jong will come to Man United. I think United fans just need to be patient, traps. But yeah, he will come. He will come. But
Listen, I told you already. Like, listen, it's a good tactic. Laporta's not an idiot. He's not stupid. If he could get De Jong to stay and sign a cheaper.
But the problem is when people say it's a downgrade, that's when I just lose my mind because
it is a downgrade.
It is a downgrade. 100%.
It's not.
It definitely
Barcelona.
is.
Listen, playing for Manchester United, yeah, in the Europa League when you can
Well,
play
he played for
Champions League
Barcelona in
football.
Europa League as well.
They're in the
but-
Champions League.
Yeah, but they got knocked out the Champions League to the Europa League and they're back in the Champions
But
League.
he still played the Europa League though.
Yeah, but he's
Okay,
not-
but that's because he had to.
because he was already there.
There you go.
But the fact is, if you're going to join a club that's in the Europa League,
Yeah, but
Europa
you're
League.
acting like we're gonna be in Europa League for like more than 5 years. Like for me, I can guarantee.
but you're saying you're in the Europa League for more than 5 years. Frenkie de Jong, that's 5 years of his career in a Europa League. No one wants that.
Exactly. Listen, I think the 2 seasons time will be in the Champions League.
For me personally, I honestly believe that we should. I don't think that we will be in the Europa League for 5-6 years. I don't believe that. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not good. If I was Frenkie de Jong, if I want to stay at Barcelona, I'm being forced out or forced to sign a contract. It's disrespectful. It's for one, they're disrespecting him because you signed me. You wanted me to sign me onto.
Well, he scored at Barcelona as well. He's called them out for not playing in his right position. He has called them out.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it's disrespectful because you signed me for a certain amount, and because you can't afford it, you're trying to put the onus on me to sign a deal that's beneficial to you and not beneficial to me. But at the same time, it's like putting them in a position. I don't think I mean, as a player, I wouldn't like that myself because I'd be like, look, you're putting me in a position where I've either got to take a pay cut or leave. I mean, I feel like United will get Frenkie de Jong. But like I said, I don't care about it. I feel like they should be moving more aggressive and saying, listen, you've got a week to sort this out. If not, we're focusing our attention on something else, like I keep telling you, and get this up because this saga's been going on for like a month.
Yeah,
and I mean, and arrest has been announced. Arrest has announced Frenkie de Jong at least 3 times in this month.
Listen, personal terms. People saying personal terms will be an issue. It won't be an issue. But the thing is, 20 million euros add-ons takes time to get to deal because that's a lot. When was the last time we've signed a player for more than 10 million add-ons? Usually, like
I get that. I get that.
The add-on structure takes long because obviously you get bonus.
The personal terms will not be a problem because we are going to offer him exactly what you get paid right now. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. He's going to be on the same.
He gets paid 350k a week.
He's going to be. Yeah, he's going to be on stupid wages here. That's why the personal terms are not going to be a problem. But of course they are good. Of course.
For me, I think 250.
Nah, he's going to be on the same amount of money. I'm telling you that now. And not only that. Yeah. I mean, you're dealing with the most corrupt organization in football. Yeah. When was the last time Manchester United bought a player of Barcelona? Yeah. So. You're dealing with these players to the simple fact that Laporta is saying he wants to keep him, but they're negotiating and the deal's on. It just shows you what they're doing.
It's transfer tactic, man. Yeah,
it shows you what they're doing. But I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to be a bad acquisition. He's not a bad player. I mean, if he comes, I'd like to see him come, but I'd like to see it get done in an orderly fashion and a quick fashion. I don't want to see it dragging out to the end of summer and then he gets announced at the 11th hour on deadline day. I don't want to see that.
It won't.
Do you know what I mean? I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see them getting these targets that Ten Hag wants, getting them in for preseason in Asia, flying them out to preseason, and getting everything going in preparation for the season. I don't want to see this transfer saga going anymore. So I feel like if they can't get it over the line in the next week, they need to just tell Barcelona to piss off and look for someone else.
Yeah. Another target before we end it. For me. It's interesting because I think it's overpriced, but Antony, Ajax won 80 million euros. So
no, not paying it.
Yeah, for me that's overpriced, but Nippon, as a neutral fan, 80 million for Antony. What do you think?
Not paying it.
If-
Good player. Too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, but you'd pay 80 million for Harry Maguire. He's worth 80 million. For Harry Maguire alone, I think Antony's worth 80 million.
Would you pay it though for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fair enough.
Look, you can't complain 80 million for Antony, but then pay the same money for Harry Maguire.
That's very true.
Yeah, Traps. What do you think?
I mean, I honestly believe after the transfer of Macclesfield Maguire, I feel that we should never ever pay £80 million for a player ever again. So if a player's worth £80 million, we should pay them either 81 or 79. Yeah, do not pay 80 million because 80 million is the dreaded number. Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. Anyway.
Jesus, you're shameless.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think he's worth 80 million quid. And I feel like if we're gonna go for him, I feel like we just need to send Agent Bruno over to see his old friend Rafinha and give him a little chat and say, listen, we're gonna bid 55 million, whatever it is for them, or
60.
65.
Yes, Leeds wanted 60 for Rafinha.
Yeah, 60 million for Rafinha, and
I'd pay that instead.
And yeah, we're gonna get you. Just get Agent. We need to get Agent Bruno on the case because that's his old pal from Sporting. And yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I rate Rafinha more than I rate Antony.
I agree.
Yeah.
Rafinha's proven it. He's proven it in the Premier League.
But the problem is with Rafinha now is that no one.
He wants Barcelona. His preferred Barcelona.
Yeah, that's the problem with Rafinha. The problem with Rafinha now is no one else is going to touch Rafinha with a barge pole because of what he's done to Chelsea.
Yeah.
So it's good.
You was all excited. You did a stream when you're chatting about Rafinha coming to Chelsea. Now looks like Barcelona might hijack the deal. Nippon, come on, tell me. Are you still confident?
Barcelona can have him. Honestly, I'm not losing any sleep over this.
To be fair, you're going to get Sterling anyways. And
in my opinion, he's a better player than Rafinha. So it is what it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could argue that. But I mean, you could argue. But I mean, like, yeah. As Raj said, I don't have a problem with Antony. I don't think Antony's a terrible player. I think he's pretty decent, but he's not 80 million quid decent.
Anyway, but look, all I'm going to say is, I don't want a player who doesn't want to play for my club.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the same for me, yeah.
So if we sign Rafinha, next minute, he'll end up becoming a Lukaku 2.0.
Exactly.
And
Raj, with this comment, Sancho and Antony, for me, I'm trying to think if that would work. For me, they're both the same type of player, I don't think that would work. I know Sancho can be on the left, Antony right. I think they're both the same type of player. They both like to cut in, use their skills. They both have similar style of play for me. But listen, if Ten Hag wants Antony, then
yeah. But at the same time, if they have similar types of this attributes. Yeah. I mean, what's Antony? I mean, I don't really know much about. I mean, I haven't studied him too hard, but what's his goals like? Has he got a few goals?
I would say.
Is he more of an? Is he more of an assist man?
I think so. Yeah. Well, let me. So, cool. Hold on. Oh, that's for Brazil. Hold on. Ajax. All right. So, last season he played 23 matches. He has got 8 goals, 4 assists.
So he's got 12 GNAs in
23 games. Yeah.
23 games.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's basically one in 2. I mean, he's an assist man. He can score goals, it's evident. And Sancho's again, he's an assist man. He can score goals. I mean, if they realistically, Ronaldo should be having. If we got Ronaldo next season, anyway. I mean, with the balls coming in from both sides, Ronaldo should have a field day in that box.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you should get a service. Yeah, you should get a service.
I mean. Yeah, and you're getting ones, and you're getting balls. I mean, as long as Bruno's probably going to get coached like that hero bullshit this season. To be fair, but I think we need. Do you know what I honestly think that United need? I mean, I don't really rate Bruno's shooting. To be honest with you, I don't think Bruno's great at shooting. Yeah, I mean, he gets goals. He gets goals, but I'm talking about them players that can shoot from like the edge of the box, and do you know what I mean? Obviously, yeah, he can shoot. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a prolific. He's not a prolific.
Ruben Neves.
Yeah, long way. That's what I mean. I feel like Ruben Neves. I feel like they need to knock this Frenkie de Jong one on the head, man, and say if we don't get you by a certain date, we just need to go for Ruben Neves. Yeah. We need a player.
Yeah.
Huh?
Eriksen.
Eriksen, can he shoot? What?
Yeah, bro, he definitely can shoot.
Yeah, he
He
can
can
shoot.
shoot.
Eriksen can shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, he can shoot.
Because Bruno, I'm gonna ask all of you guys. Can he? Does he sit? Does he suit in Ten Hag's system? Start with Nippon. Nippon, what do you think? Does Bruno Fernandes suit in Ten Hag's system?
I've said this on so many channels. I honestly think Erik ten Hag will use Bruno. Like, he will be, in my opinion, Bruno will be his Tadic, if that makes any sense.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Bruno will be what Tadic was to him at Ajax.
Traps,
If he performs anything like Tadic has been performing at Ajax, then
I mean, if I'm gonna give Ten Hag some credit, yeah, I mean, you've got players like Sebastian Haller and Tadic and that he's actually reinventing. But then again, on the flip side of it, they're playing in the Dutch league, it's rubbish. But Bruno, the thing is with the system stuff, yeah, everyone's going on based on what he did at Ajax. I mean, if he's a coach with all these ideas and all these things, he might. I don't know what he's gonna do next season. He might have a whole plan, different plan. He might. I don't know. He might be playing Bruno. I don't know. He could play him. I mean, I'm hearing reports about on the left and false nine and. But I honestly do not fancy Bruno in a false nine. I think he's absolute trash in a false nine.
What about you, David? What do you think?
Sorry?
Bruno Fernandes, do you think he'll? What do you think? Ten Hag, can you get the best out of him?
I think so. The thing is with Erik ten Hag, I think he will give everyone a clean slate, and he will probably use his disciplinarian tactics, say no one is guaranteed a starting berth in this team. You have to earn your right to play.
Yeah.
Bruno seems like one of those who will just down tools if it doesn't go his way. But then Ten Hag can do his power move and say, you know what, you can hold bench until you learn to obey me.
Yeah. What about you, Davi?
Sorry, say it again.
Bruno Fernandes, can Ten Hag get the best out of him?
Possibly. Well, I guess we're just. It's interesting because, in my opinion, I think we're gonna have to see where he plays in because a lot of the people because I've been hearing a lot of that he could be playing on the wing, but I mean for me I think if we're looking at you want to know what manager I think did a really good job of getting the best out of him though?
Who?
We're still above you. It don't matter. We're coming back, man. It was a temporary blip. Oh, look at the Solskjaer attacks. Ralphie Ragnick, baby.
We're gonna get copyright day, Russell.
Who is that? Saeed,
yeah.
Big up Saeed, man.
Yeah, big up to Saeed. But to be fair,
try and get him onto your channel one day.
the thing is, Traps can do it for us, but yeah, I'd say he's a busy man. So
Saeed's a very busy man.
Exactly.
Saeed's got lots of stuff doing. He's
got a lot of stuff. channels to work with. But yeah, I think we should wrap it up here because obviously that's more than 2 hours.
One person I'd love to get onto my channel one day.
Who's that? Thomas
Um,
Tuchel.
yeah, that would be the dream.
Me.
Listen, I'll get Thomas Tuchel and call him a fraud. How about that?
Who?
Huh?
Who calls him a fraud?
So you'd pay £2,000 just to get him onto your channel, only for you to insult
I'll
him.
call Thomas Tuchel
Yep.
a fraud because he is a fraud. Simple.
Dave, are you going to do this or shall I?
Listen,
Go
you guys
for it.
can't complain about
Go
this.
for it.
Too short. Listen.
Chaps, I'll let you say it. I'll let you say it.
Yeah, Dave, you
Arrest?
stay there. Di Matteo won the Champions League.
Arrest? No,
Hold on,
we're not doing
hold on,
this.
chaps. Let me meet you.
Thank you.
Di Matteo won the Champions League with Chelsea, and then the Premier League, Di Matteo didn't do anything.
Okay, but he was an interim.
Let me meet you as well because you get triggered. Nippon, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Di Matteo do anything? Did he do anything good in the Premier League, Di Matteo?
He didn't win the Premier League, no.
Okay.
And I'm not expecting Thomas Tuchel to win it next season either.
Okay, but
Because you still have Liverpool and City, so
okay.
no one's bumping Liverpool and City.
Let's go to Thomas Tuchel now. Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League, correct? Last summer, £100 million Lukaku. He wanted him.
He didn't want Lukaku.
No, he did.
Hey,
No, he
drop
didn't.
me and Traps out of the stream, and then you two can go head to head.
Who head to head?
Listen.
What's the name?
Listen. Arrest. You have no evidence to support what you just said. Where
I do have
Thomas
evidence.
Go on.
Thomas Tuchel said to Lukaku, "Look, there is your daddy." Yeah, when he saw Conte. Yeah?
Exactly.
He does not respect Lukaku. He didn't want him there.
Okay, but it surely has a there's a thing called what is it called?
You're
The
forgetting. Yeah, in that summer, yeah, the two names. If you go back to the press conference where he was talking about strikers, yeah, he was laughing and joking about Lewandowski and Haaland. That's what they wanted. They got priced out of the Haaland move, yeah, which they should have just they should have just paid the money anyway. I don't know why they didn't, yeah, but
Because Marina's a
Surely
coward.
Thomas Tuchel would have vetoed the idea of not getting Lukaku, but listen, Thomas
Bro, you
Tuchel.
can't.
I'm expecting.
How do you veto? Listen, when has anyone been vetoed by a manager at Chelsea?
Yeah, good point. Chelsea backed their managers, or supposedly backed their managers. Air quote.
No, but when people put Tuchel in Klopp's or Pep's name, that's when it's too far for me. He is not in that conversation.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here is the thing, yeah. Here's the thing that people don't understand about this whole Klopp Tuchel and Pep situation. Here are the facts. Pep, yeah, would last at Chelsea. Pep would also last at Liverpool. Thomas Tuchel would last at Man City. He would also last at Liverpool.
No, he wouldn't.
And he would also, yes, he would. Of course, he would.
He wouldn't. City would expect Tuchel to win the league. I don't think Tuchel.
If Tuchel went to Man City and won the Champions League in 6 months, he would last there. 100%.
100%. I agree.
He would last there. And the thing is, even if he finished third this season, he would still be granted another season. If he didn't do anything this season, he might get sacked next season. But at the end of the day, the season that he had, if he had the same season at Liverpool or Man City, he would be given the blind based on the fact that he'd won the Champions League. Yeah. Here's the fact though. Jurgen Klopp would have got sacked at Chelsea for his start at Liverpool. Sacked. He would have been gone. You think you would never last at Chelsea 3 years without winning a trophy? That is
Would Thomas Tuchel last at Man United?
100%.
Dave, I?
If he came in and won the Champions League in 6 months, of course he would last. He
He'd
would,
last-
he would certainly last longer than Or's favorite manager.
And he's doing a little dance.
Don't try and get copyrighted, mate. Because if I get copyrighted, that's your fault. But anyways,
Honestly,
Dave,
turn it off.
yeah, because if I get copyrighted, then that's I'm gonna blame me. But let me add it back. But yeah, I can't believe one word that I said triggered all you guys. But listen,
I
Thomas
just
Tuchel.
stayed out of it. I was gonna let you three duke it out between you.
Nippon, we'll come to the Chelsea fan. What do you think of Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea? Has he done a good, sufficient enough job for you to have him one more chance next season?
Look, I honestly think this whole stacking culture, regardless of, I think Tuchel is with us for the next few years.
Yeah, so do I. I agree.
Regardless of what happens next season, he will still be our manager. I don't think Todd Bowley isn't the hiring and sacking manager, in my opinion. He is going to give him time.
Hopefully, he's the next Glazers. Let's praise the next Glazer family. But
look, as much as I dislike Man United, I would never want them to get liquidated.
I mean, if I'm going to be totally honest with you, I'm going to be straight up and down. When I thought Chelsea was going to go, Chelsea was finished. I didn't care. I didn't care. I just didn't care. I just thought it is what it is. We moved. Chelsea's going to be turned into a block of flats, and forgotten about in 10 years. But and everyone have to support Fulham now. But anyways, Thomas Tuchel has got to 2 finals this season. Yeah, Carabao Cup. I think he's lost both of them on penalties. To be arguably the Carabao Cup, arguably the Carabao Cup, he arguably got robbed. Yeah, if we're going to be honest.
He bottled it as well. Yeah.
If we're going to be honest about it, so I mean, Jurgen Klopp in 6 years. All right, cool. If we're gonna be totally honest about it, and we're looking at the facts of the situation. Thomas Tuchel has come in. He's been to 2 FA Cup finals, 1 Carabao Cup final, 1 Champions League final. He's won the most important trophy out of the lot of them. And I don't think, I mean, he's a bit of a terrorist in terms of his tactics with 7 at the back and whatnot. Yeah, he's a bit of a terrorist.
Here's a question. Would you rather play terrorist football and win trophies, or play attractive football and win fuck all?
Do you know what the thing is? But I know what you're saying. But I hear what you're saying. But I feel like at this present moment in time, I feel like United fans would love to see terrorist football and win a trophy. Yeah, but in reality of it, it's not. I don't think it's a sustainable thing. I feel like it's been shown that you can play beautiful football and win trophies at the same time. And I feel like that's where the top teams need to be. So, I mean, unless you're desperate, and you're in a desperate situation like United are right in at the minute, I don't feel like you should be playing terrorist football. I don't think Chelsea are in a desperate situation anyway. But
I think Chelsea have to get top 4 next season. That's the objective.
I think everyone has to get top 4. I think everyone should be fighting for top 4 next season, and I feel like that is a necessity. But at the moment, I mean, obviously, you win the Champions League, you don't need top 4. You win the Europa League, you don't need top 4. So, but anyways, back to Tuchel. Yeah, I don't feel like Tuchel's career at Chelsea, going to so many finals. All right, cool. He's lost them on penalties. I mean,
he's bottled some of the finals.
He lost them on the 2-1. He lost them on penalties. And to be honest with you, Liverpool went from a quadruple to winning 2 finals without scoring a goal. Went to 3 finals and scored a goal. So I think if Tuchel's in the mud, so is Klopp, because he hasn't even scored a goal in all them finals, and he went to the Champions League final and he lost, and Tuchel didn't. Yeah, Pep's been to UCL final and lost. Klopp has had 3 finals now, and he's lost 2 of them. He doesn't last at Chelsea.
True, but I think we should wrap this up because very, very long stream. But as always, as we do at the end of the stream, we shout out their accounts. Let's start with you, Nip, and shout out where people can find your YouTube channel.
You can find me on Instagram at Nippon with 4 I's and 3 U's. You can find me on my other Instagram at Nippon Reviews Cuisines, where I upload food content and reviews. You can find me on Twitch at Sharma Talks Lifestyle. You can find me on Twitter at NS Sports TV, my official YouTube account, and the Nippon Sharma, my personal account, which I actually use more. You can find me on YouTube at NS Sports TV and the British Lifestyle Blogger. I am also a regular panelist on Worldwide Chelsea. Shout out to Sadiq. Go subscribe to his channel, Worldwide Chelsea, if you haven't already. And You can also find me on Chelsea Fan TV as an occasional panelist as well as a lot of other channels where I make guest appearances, like I have done today. Thanks for having me on, as always, OTF.
No worries. Big up for joining.
And I'm also on the road to 1K subs. As things stand, I'm currently on 651 subscribers, hoping for monetization by the end of the year.
Cool. So I'm just gonna put in the comments. So NS Sports TV guys, go
In
subscribe.
fact, let me just put the link in the.
The link. Yep.
Can while you're there, can you mod me as well?
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Just comment and I'll mod you. Dave, I know you get annoyed with this, but carbon copy.
There you go. Yeah, just carbon copy. At this point, you already know where to find me, so there's just no point. Premier League Prime Time. I'll just say that. That's my YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Because at this point, you lot know where to find me. I've said how many times. Honestly, I think at this point, I just seem to just, I don't know, like cut out a recording of it and just play it at the end. I think that's
Yeah, 100%. We should do that next with you, but yeah.
well, if I'm around.
Yeah. Sign the contract. Traps.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Just let them know where they can find your Instagram. Because obviously you don't have a YouTube.
I don't have a YouTube. I've been thinking about starting one, but I haven't started it as yet. I do have. I do something on one channel, but I'm thinking about moving it to a whole new channel. I mean, you can find me Traps Booming on Instagram. I've also got another Instagram that I've started up. It's called Man United Diaries. So that's man_UTD_diaries. And I'm on Twitter, but I can't remember my name. But I don't really use. It might be Traps Booming on Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I don't really tweet. I just use it just to look at what people like Romano and Arrest are talking about.
And Hardeepa Romano.
And Hardeepa talking about, yeah.
Yeah, man. There's my sources up there when it comes to Man United. But
your sources are tier 7.
That's Romano, man. You guys keep on trusting that. Listen, go back to the tweets. This guy said, Malacia, here we go to Leon. And now he's trying to switch things around.
Because Man United had never entered the conversation for him.
But
Man United never entered and tried to hijack the deal.
Did we not hijack this deal?
Yes.
Yeah, but he said the 3 words, though. He said the 3 words.
Yes, because it was here we go. He got hijacked.
Until we debate for another 3 hours. That's just it. Obviously, you guys
have a good evening, guys. Good stream.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Big up to you guys for joining in. You can find me on Forest Football on YouTube, Forest Football on Instagram. Next stream will be in a couple of weeks. I've already scheduled it for the next stream. So, guys, smash the likes on that one. When I check this stream, I better be on 30 likes. If I'm not, then you guys, come on. It's
How many subs you got? How many subs you got now, Arrest?
176.
Yeah, so you're doing quite well.
Oh,
he was on 250. He was on 250 when the other one got shut down, isn't it?
Before we end it, is Ronaldo leaving Man United? Before we end it,
I'm just gonna leave right now, honestly.
If we get I don't really, to be honest with you, as long as we get a replacement, don't really care.
Exactly. Before I play the outro, Nipper and Chelsea on the mud.
Okay.
All right, big up Traps and Nipper, big up you guys for joining as well.
Yep.
Nipper,
I'll see you soon, guys.
Yeah, big up Traps. Nipper, I'll be on the channel when Frenkie de Jong is officially confirmed. So just WhatsApp me and then I'll probably be.
I just wanna. It's just part of my Let's Talk transfer window series.
You can do a solo video on me as well. I'll just talk. You'd have to be or us too, I don't know, but we'll talk more. But guys, smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, big up.